Today, we review a film with a Class 13 demon manifestation and an outbreak of Class 9 subsection Curse 6 zombies. It's all very exciting. It's all very nerdy. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 116 of Trick or Treat Radio. I was a little slow on the take there.
Yeah.
Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture. It is navigated by the Deadites. The Deadites are the world's greatest electroshock band. We destroy monsters, we drink booze, we win championship belts, and from time to time we do a double feature review, like we're doing tonight.
Ooh, nice.
And
so good, so good.
Was it Robert Loggia over there?
Robert Loggia. That's my Captain Lou Albano imitation.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Where
Captain
are those
Lou.
videos?
That's his Deadites promo.
Yeah,
So good.
So
So
fine.
good.
Nice.
So
It's
good.
good.
I really mean it.
Tell him how I wrote the lyrics to Time After Time.
I think I have the Captain Lou one.
Yeah, I think I sent it to you.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
Sydney, tell him how I
Secret
wrote those lyrics to
Twilight
Time After Time.
Society. Secret Twilight Society. So good. So good.
So good. Let's see.
So good.
Captain Lou promo. You want to hear it?
Yeah,
let's
why not?
do it.
Captain Lou Albano talking about Twilight Society. So good, so fine, and so elated. Woo! I'm Captain Lou. I'm telling it to you. 18 tag team champions, 2 Intercontinental, and 1 World Single Champion. Captain Lou, Twilight Society. Twilight Society. Twilight Society.
It's so good. I can taste it, but I won't because he doesn't swing that way. You know what I'm saying? Dynamo will be here September 13th. Tell me what? The big out. We'll be there with the anti-diva Oracle. It'll be so funky it will hurt.
We're ready to rock and roll, baby.
Captain Lou's always ready to rock and roll, baby.
Yeah. Next time we should probably not use the mic that the announcer is actually using for the ring.
I feel like I missed an opportunity. I could have put that video up on the screen.
Oh.
Yes, true. Yeah, it's a little tough to hear with the ambient noise, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's fucking awesome to have a Captain Lou promo. Let's
So
be
good.
honest.
So
So
fine.
good.
So good.
And so elated.
He was in our corner, but he had to sit at the table still because he had he was attached to like some sort of colostomy control.
Yeah, no, he was rough. Yeah, he was a
But
little
he was
rough.
real nice.
He was freaking awesome. Cut a freaking promo for us.
Yeah,
Give me a
that's
break.
cool.
How cool is that? Seriously,
That is
That's ridiculous.
seriously cool.
He was my
So cool.
So
not
fine.
come to the ring manager one other time too.
So good
And then
and
the
so
next-
elated.
And then the next time we fought a midget.
I love that. It's amazing that we have that anyway.
Yeah. that's-
I'm so elated by listening to that.
So on tonight's show, episode 116, like I mentioned, we have a double feature. We're going to review 2 films. First up is the sequel to the Nazi zombie film from Tommy Wirkola, and it is Dead Snow 2. I think in the States it's called Red versus Blue.
Red
But-
versus Dead.
Was that? Oh, Red versus Dead. You're right. Okay.
Red versus Blue is the Halo.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Get your head out of the Xbox, man, will you? Jesus.
It's not in the Xbox.
Get out of
dude.
the Xbox.
Xbox.
MZ, get his feet. Look at him scoot. Well, the Bloods and the Crips, remember them?
Yep.
They were big in the 90s.
So for that sake, let's just call it Dead Snow 2.
Sure.
Or Dead Snow.
Dead Snow. And later in the
That's
show,
pronounced Dude Snow.
Dude Snow. Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
Dodge
and
Snow.
with two dots as ooh.
Oh, okay.
So
Ooh.
that's Dude Snow.
Ooh.
Hey, she was, ooh.
And then later on, we're going to review the film Horns. Roger Hornsby.
Yes. Hornswoggle.
Yes.
Listen to the mandolin rain.
And Horns was directed by Alexandre Aja. Is it Aja or is it Aja?
I've been pronouncing it Aja, as in,
Take on
take
me.
on me.
I don't know what to say. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Well, I'll say it anyway. I'll call him Aja. I'll call him Aja. He made our attention.
What?
The sun always shines on TV.
Wow.
That's from Aja.
On what record?
Hunting High and Low.
I'm not going to fuck with that. If he knows the
I don't
album.
remember it. I know the album.
Yeah, it came out in 1985. Wolfenstein saw the video for like the first time for like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It has all those mannequins
right,
and everything.
yeah.
No, it's fucking awesome. It's like the best video ever with the best song ever. It's
I think
just
that
awesome.
album, while very good, is inferior to their follow-up to that, Scoundrel Days. Have you ever heard that record? It's fucking phenomenal.
Have not.
The first song,
I'm drawing a
Scoundrel
blank.
Days, has like the most dramatic synth Britpop like vocal performance of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll
Is
check it
that
out.
someone screaming? It wasn't me for sure. I picked my head off an easy pillow, lift my feet off the floor.
Oh my God. Some fucking good shit right there.
Yeah.
Who's next, Johnny?
So Horns is directed by Alexandre Aja. It stars Daniel Radcliffe, and it's based on a novel from Joe Hill, who, if you aren't aware, most of you probably are. If you look at him, you can tell whose fucking son it is, but he looks just like his dad, Stephen King. So,
Yep.
so we're gonna review those.
Oh, I thought he was Don King's kid.
Or Rodney King.
Whoa.
Larry King.
Oh.
Yes, Larry Fine.
Bancor, you're on the line.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm warning you.
So that's what's up for tonight. Also, we're going to talk about what's coming up this weekend. We're doing Rock and Shock. And on November 1st, we are going to be playing at the Lucky Dog Music Hall. So we'll talk about those two things. I'm sure there'll be some other fun stuff to talk about.
We're gonna have a live sex act at our booth this year
Yes.
for anybody that's interested in going out.
Oh, as opposed to the-
act at the show.
As
the
oppo-
show.
As opposed to the one that was 2 years ago with the midget.
Oh.
I think that
Whoops,
midget is why
whoops.
she's pregnant now.
Because he's so short, it takes longer
Yeah,
to
it took
get
that sperm 3 times as long. I think he probably just flew in there and dove in her fallopian tubes.
Boy, no, that is a visual.
Oh,
For
man.
those who don't
Oh,
know,
God.
a very ethical, very nice head of all media basically orchestrated for one of our singers to get sexually molested and harassed live on camera for people's entertainment.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Not so
So
not
bad.
related.
So bad. It's
So elated.
It's so elated. So
You have
bad
that
and
fucking
so
video that
depraved.
It might be appropriate to actually put that, considering Rock and Shock is coming up.
Oh, yeah, some footage, some video footage.
I don't know if we need to see
What
that.
the fuck? What it's
Yeah, it's very incriminating.
it's basically really awkward foot fetishism by a African American midget against our lovely singer Oracle. Very, very, very awkward.
Very. Oh, I'm surprised she went along with it, to be honest.
He had her whole foot in his mouth up to her heel. From toe to heel.
Well, you can't really blame the guy. I mean,
Like that scene from Nightmare on Elm Street.
And fucking Fabio Frizzi
was
was
there,
like
yeah.
all up in that. He was all into that.
Oh my god.
I think Fabio Frizzi probably has that in his bucket list as a threesome.
or 2.5 some.
2.5.
Politically incorrect, but I love it. I love it.
Oh, so
Threesome 2.5.
we have SL hanging out in the chat room.
Word to Snurb.
SL.
This was a few minutes ago, so I don't know. Is this 2 minutes ago? But she says his pseudonym. His pseudo. I can't pronounce these words. Pseudonymous surname is formed first letters of his full name. I'm guessing it's Aja.
Whoa,
Oh.
that's where she was going with that?
Oh, Yeah, I didn't
Not
even
talking
know
about
what she
Joe
was
Hill?
talking about until.
Aja.
So it is Aja.
I had assumed she was talking about Joe Hill.
Yeah. Well, he does write books, so.
Well, that's what I mean.
So
Like, how
it's-
would she know? I mean, not for nothing, but like
All right, so it's pronounced
the
Aja.
guy that made High Tension, and it's a little bit out of her gorgeous wheelhouse. Though she knows all about that Joe Hill guy.
So, what? The one thing I want to talk about. I got off track a little bit. I don't know if all you guys saw this, and I know we don't typically talk about TV and stuff like that. But did any of you guys catch the season premiere of Walking Dead?
Yes.
Yes,
Was that not one of the best episodes ever?
Yeah.
it was
was good.
crazy.
Except for the CGI fire.
Wait, Dynamo, I thought you don't watch that shit.
Huh?
I thought you don't watch. I thought you were like morally opposed to that show for some reason.
I always end up watching the season premiere. I'm not sure why. It
Yeah.
interrupted, like, there's a couple of shows, that and Homeland, which are both, like, starting right now, that no matter what I'm watching, like, my special lady friend, like, turns, like, literally, like, it's the only time she's, like I hear all these shitty things about, like, girlfriends and wives, like, they don't let them go out, they don't let them do things. Like, Walking Dead is the only thing where, like, my special lady friend is like, this is what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's mine
Like
too.
like that opening scene with the Kraken slash.
No, no, you don't.
That was just.
No, you don't.
I
thought
don't.
it was good.
I'm
I
not
haven't
gonna.
seen it
That was
yet.
great.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't seen
Oh,
it?
you haven't?
Whoa.
No,
Oh, well, shit! You
we
should have
don't
said that,
TV,
man.
So we always watch it after it comes out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. No, I don't want to say anything.
I just can't believe Rick died. That was weird.
And Glenn and
Glenn.
Shane was
Nice.
back. It's fucking
Yeah.
weird.
Fucking odd
SL
show.
just-
You gotta.
SL in the
Watch that.
chat room says that Dynamo watches it to complain about it afterwards.
And Carl
She also-
impregnated
she also
Carol.
says, I
Did you
hope
see
I'm-
that?
I hope I'm pronouncing this right. And it was amazing.
Did I
I'm so glad I didn't have to do that to anything.
did I complain? Did I complain about it? Did anyone hear me go online
Nope.
and say a single thing?
Nope.
You know why? Because I am sick of like Oracle like shaking an angry fist at me. Like
Yeah.
she
SL
gets really mad.
SL also said that his name is Joe Hillstrom King.
Ooh. Damien Hellstrom.
Blast from the past.
Probably not my best protege.
Probably not.
Top 5 worst.
Aw. Wait, so you saying he has 5 worst?
Yes!
It's like Michael Ravenshadow.
Yeah.
Through
MZ.
4. Michael Ravenshadow
1
1
through
through 4.
4. Damien Hellstrom 5.
Fucking, I got the guy who's like my fucking Remington Steele to the right of me talking about like I have bad proteges.
Hey! I'm fucking trying. Chaynz is. I don't know.
Yeah,
Chaynz is not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about you.
I was almost afraid to talk to Bobby Chaynz because I didn't go through you. Like he tried to call me and I'm like I shouldn't answer this because I had to go through Ravenshadow first. Thought you were gonna get all pissy.
No!
You're his agent, aren't you?
I don't know.
I gave Bobby Chaynz the greatest gift that I'll ever give anyone.
Uh-oh.
Know what?
What?
He got to hang out with Sing Sang Soon this weekend.
What?
Oh man.
Wow.
Just fucking stop the fucking room.
Were there like photo ops and shit? I'm like,
It's a big
I don't know
fucking
why I didn't
dragon.
record it. I wasn't thinking.
oh,
It was amazing because he was legit starstruck, and Sing Sang Soon was appropriately aloof. Like I don't know where it came from.
Did he even know who Bobby Chaynz is?
He just went into this like third. No, he,
Bobby
he barely
Chaynz,
knows
you
who
prick.
I am. He just went into this weird third like he switched gears and was all of a sudden like a rock star. Like he's like, oh yeah, it's nice to meet you too. Are you from around here? I was like, what's fucking happening right now? It's like he was doing the almost like sign his autograph while not looking thing. Like
is Sing Sang Soon aware of how popular he is on this show?
I think as of Bobby Chaynz like banging on the door of his cave at 11 o'clock at night, I think he's like aware.
Okay. Well, that's cool, man.
Or he at least knows Bobby Chaynz likes him.
So
How was it that we can get like other entities over, but we can never put our fucking selves over? How does that fucking work?
The two lead weights on either side of me for stylists.
Sing Sang Soon has now sold like 12 albums. He doesn't even fucking have an album.
yeah,
The pre-release sales.
the pre-release.
At least we know how to promote.
Yeah, other
Yeah.
people, not
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get into a long discussion about TV shows, but there's been a lot of good television on.
It's been a while.
It was good.
Has,
Yeah, I
has
mean,
anyone else? Did anyone else
I
catch
watched
The Flash?
I finally watched the
I did.
Gotham pilot.
Yep.
I thought it was good. Like,
I've
people were
only
bitching
seen the pilot, and I
me
really
too.
liked it.
People were bitching
Yeah.
about it. I thought it was fucking great. I think it's the best show that I have seen all year so far. Like the one best episode of a TV show.
And I watched Sanford and Son over the weekend.
Jesus.
Or maybe Sanford and Soon.
Oh,
Let's have that
Small
going on.
crossover.
Oh.
You dummy!
You dummy.
Hey, you big dummy.
Ravenshadow, did you catch The Flash?
I saw The Flash.
What'd you think?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I didn't see
I'm
episode 2
looking
yet.
forward to getting into that. I think I'm gonna like that.
There's a lot of Easter eggs.
Oh,
there
yeah.
was like an Iron Heights reference, which
Yep.
is cool. I'm not
John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah. I'm a big shipper for him. And even Amanda Pays, who played Tina McGee in the '90s TV series, is supposed to play a part later on. So they have
Nice.
the two main people from the Flash TV show. I just wish they'd bring back my man Alex Dessert. Remember him? In the Flash, he had the dreads. He was also the guy with the dreads in fucking what was that movie? The fucking movie.
I don't know the fucking movie.
PCU.
Oh, PCU,
With,
yeah, yeah.
Jeremy Piven. He was
Yeah.
the guy in the dreads in that, but he was like, he worked with Barry in the old 90s TV show. And he made me smile.
Oh, well, there you go.
But yeah, Flash was fun. There was a
Yeah.
team up. Him and Ollie teamed up.
Yeah,
I smiled.
yeah, it was nice. I watched the first episode, Arrow. It was pretty good as well.
Yeah.
I'm like still I'm very happy actually because I was like dragging my feet because I finally got with the late 2000s and Tiny actually gave me a high definition television and I was dragging my feet of watching the episodes I had DVR'd because they were low def and they obviously look like shit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think I would notice the difference so bad, but they looked really bad. But now they're on Netflix, so I'll be able to catch up.
Nice.
And by the way, for anybody who can hear the fact that I sound like Clint Eastwood and Jack Palance's rape child, the medicine's not working, so this is a good time to start worrying about that CD we haven't recorded yet.
Nice.
3 weeks ago, when I was just hanging around, working. Now, when we're talking about making it, not working. So we might have blown it.
We'll figure
Cool.
something out.
Yep.
But if you want to pick up the Deadites Big Scary Monster Hunts at Midnight, when it was working,
Right.
now would be the time.
Well, it wasn't
how
really
can we-
working
how
then
can we
either.
not sell albums
Yeah.
if we don't make albums to not sell? How can we do that?
Right. Shit.
That's true.
We totally added a fucking
It's a-
unnecessary step last time, I guess.
It's a logistical nightmare.
We made the album and didn't sell any this time. I'm just gonna this voice really lends itself to singing shitty grunge songs or like '90s new metal ballads.
We could do that.
It's been a while. What's that song?
Put your hands in the air, suck balls.
What the hell's that song?
It's yours. I'm writing that for you.
Well, that's terrible.
I'm writing it for you.
I'm writing it. You can sing that. You can wear like a red hat like Fred
Yeah,
Durst.
I was about to tell you to stick to what you're good at, but we haven't figured it out yet.
Hey. Babaleo.
So, any other TV stuff want to get out before we move
I
on?
feel like I saw something.
That's some
Constantine's
good
coming
shit.
up.
That's all in Tiny Wife's wheelhouse with me. That's what we want.
I got to tell you
all
that
that shit.
it
Agents
ended, and it should be coming on Netflix soon. But the second season of Ray Donovan ended, and I love that show. I didn't think I was gonna like it all, but I love it.
I have not seen it.
It's real good. It's got that Dexter sort of ass clenching tension in it. But what's cool about it is that all the tension, he has this kind of exciting life, but 90% of the tension comes from his shitty home life, similar to Dexter, the early Dexter when it worked.
Yeah.
What made later Dexter suck? It's well, let's take away his family and take away all this other stuff that made it interesting. And now he's just a serial killer.
Wait, the family's gone?
What?
What's the problem?
What family?
What's the problem? Sons of Anarchy, final season, ripping it up, never giving a fuck. Psycho, that's for you. Check that out.
I dug The Strain. That ended.
Yeah.
That ended,
The season
yeah.
just ended a week or two ago.
Supernatural, the first episode of the second, the 10th season, maybe 9th or 10th season.
I think it's
and
10.
It was fucking great. I laughed. It's like the Deadites written by Giffen and DeMantis.
Kinda.
It's
There's
real.
something there.
Yeah, it's really fucking amazing. In this one, Dean was doing "I'm Too Sexy" karaoke in a bike bar. It's pretty fucking good.
It's honestly, that show understands itself so well. Like there's I haven't ever seen anything like it. I mean, I think there's an episode that actually is called "Jump the Shark" or something. Like, they're just like, you know what? This is going on so much fucking longer than it really should have. That we're just gonna start doing whatever the fuck we want.
What season are you on, Tiny?
I think 9 just came out on Netflix.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'll start that. I'll start up 9 soon.
Somebody
That's
else.
Another Tiny wife watch with
It's
me.
great.
Too.
I love it. So someone gets possessed by a demon in this one, and Sam is giving Crawley shit about it, and he's like, "Moose, you're really upset about this?" He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I've been a demon. Dean's been a demon. You died. Dean died." He's like, "I thought you guys just wouldn't care. Like, somebody dies, go get a sandwich." Crawley is like part of like the Supernatural Justice League now. Like, he won't go away. It's amazing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's good. Crawley is the king of hell, and he's like the guy that they didn't get to play Doctor Who because he was too much of a prick. It's a great show.
So
I can't
good
say
though.
enough.
That guy's fucking
I
awesome.
think at midnight I'll have more to say about that show if I'm not mistaken.
That guy was freaking brilliant in the new Battlestar Galactica series too.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Very good, very good.
Know what I was excited about, Tiny, that you will be too. One of my favorite character actors ever, Sean Petrie, is Alfred in
I think you mean
Gotham.
Pertwee.
Nope, Petrie. I know how to say his name.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about.
It's a little.
Was
He's
in
kind of
what
a
now?
badass Alfred, huh?
Yeah,
He was Alfred in wait, what?
in
What?
Gotham.
No shit, really?
The thing with Gotham, even with the pilot that I liked, you totally have to forget about like what it is because it just doesn't. It doesn't work in any way if you do.
Well, it's just another take. It's the Gotham version of Smallville. Like that's really what it is.
Except this was good.
No, hush.
Smallville was bad.
No, it's
No,
it was
bad.
so bad it lasted 10 fucking years. That's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, New Kids on the
That's a
Block
pretty-
still put out records every couple of years too, sir. Like,
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
make
'cause
it
you're
good.
like-
Longevity doesn't equal.
Another big fan of your special lady friend. But the moral of the story is that's what the benchmark they're on.
New
It's,
Kids on the Block is another big fan of my special lady friend.
Joey loves your special lady friend.
Good.
Joey, who's that one?
Which is the ugly Italian one that looks like you?
Joey Fat One.
Yeah, Joey Fatone. Isn't that a different band? No, that Smallville was bad.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
it was.
It wasn't.
It was bad.
It was not.
I watched half of the first season.
It was fucking
And
atrocious.
they lost me.
Yeah, well, 10
Really?
years.
Wow.
Neither of you guys are fucking Superman fans.
I like Superman.
You don't love him
Yeah, well,
like I
good.
do.
That's fucking good.
Are you
'cause
gonna kill him
You
so I
don't
can't
love
have him?
fucking, he's mine.
There was no Superman in that
Kal-El
show.
is mine. Kal-El is mine.
If I can't have, no one will.
Yeah.
There was just fucking.
I got red and blue drapes.
It was like-
has a kryptonite condom
Yeah.
at home, just waiting.
It was
Just
like
waiting.
it was like Chris Carrabba as like Dashboard Confessional Superman. Like, he was just so fucking mopey and emo all the time, and like it's like it was one part fucking One Tree Hill and like one part like really bad, like, let's be on the school newspaper. Like, it was just like really bad.
You're welcome. But here's the thing: is
You didn't have anything to do with it. You don't get to say you're welcome.
I did. I
No,
did. I
you
watched
didn't.
it.
I was a fan. I was
a fan.
I was a Smallville head.
I kept it alive.
I did. It was me.
You
It
and
was me.
Quack.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So Rocky asks, he's referring to Gotham. He says, "Is he the former MI Alfred, like they did in the animated series?"
Yeah. Oh, and in the Batman Year One by Geoff Jones there.
Jeff Johns.
Whatever. Just because you said something properly doesn't mean that you're I mean, you brought up Sons of Anarchy as well, so you and my Grammy have something in common.
And Psycho Patrick.
Yeah, great. Psycho Patrick.
SL said "yum" to, I think, when you were talking about Supernatural.
Yeah, they are very handsome.
And then Rocky said Supernatural is great in the way Evil Dead was. It doesn't take itself seriously,
Right.
but it still likes to throw shit at you.
Exactly, Rocky. And that's a show that's lasted 10 years and is written well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Sam and Dean never, had to fight a monster that froze them in the schools of high school, which was one of the worst episodes of television I ever saw in my life.
Hush, hush,
Everyone in the school is froze.
just hush.
Actually, that was a good Buffy episode. Hush.
Buffy, that's another
That was the
good
only
show.
one that was any
Yeah, another good show.
interesting to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Oh, whatever. You're making fun of Buffy,
I am.
and you're championing Smallville?
Yes, you're welcome.
Gee, welcome. All right.
I don't know. No wonder you're so skinny. You don't have any taste. Eating food must be boring.
I'm too busy fucking drinking and smoking.
Yeah, well, you obviously were drunk in the whole 90s while Smallville was going on. I'd rather watch Lois and Clark.
That was a good fucking show, too.
It was better, man.
I'm going to fucking... Let's go to commercial, John.
You're
Who's fucking next? Who's
You gonna fucking what? Flail your arms at me like you have an epileptic attack?
Yeah. What do you fucking hit me with your fucking wooden foot?
Yeah.
All right.
I ain't fucking Alan Scott. That's not my vulnerability.
Intro's getting long, and I haven't even introduced everyone yet. So
The chain smoking, bad TV watching.
Yeah. The clog stepping, foot whittler. Fire burning. Tenderfoot. Bicicleta.
Tenderfoot.
Whatever.
All right. I am Johnny Wolfenstein, the pencil pusher and producer of media for Trick or Treat Radio and the Deadites. We also have the immortal gunslinger, singer, lyricist for the Deadites, Dynamo Sugarhoof Marz.
I don't speak the language of Thor.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
So good.
We also
So
have
fine.
so elated. We also have the katana-wielding, synth-hoarding, mask-wearing composer, maybe soon to be wearing a new mask,
Yep.
and songwriter for the Deadites, Tiny White.
Hello.
You're
I'm
a
here.
dick, by the way. Thanks.
I'm here.
That was
we're
a-
not doing it. Get used to it.
That was a good joke, Tony, the other
No, it
day.
wasn't a good joke.
What joke?
The mask.
What about the mask? Oh, I still to this day feel bad because I know that their intentions were so good, but yeah, no.
What's weird about that is while that was going on, I was talking to Pantaphobe about the people who made that mask.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's a strange
Oh.
crossover. Definitely.
SL said, "Don't knock bad TV. People are different."
They are different. You were so fucking smart.
Yeah.
She's so fucking
That said, she
smart.
probably didn't watch Smallville.
Probably not.
Well, what are you doing later on? I got,
Just the
I got
friends.
a couple of seasons. We can maybe check that out.
You're gonna vibe,
Yeah,
Put some-
Aquaman shows up.
light some candles,
Yeah, you know, get
some hot pockets,
You can also get,
Break out the Rolling Rock.
yeah,
get the
some-
micro. What do you call it? The micro.
Get the micro flowing. You know, get some golden pie taste going. You know, wear bathrobes.
His and hers matching bathrobes.
What are you? What are you gonna offer her to drink?
What do you got?
No, what are you gonna
Oh,
offer?
well, yeah, I got some bourbon in the back. I got some Narragansett.
Narragansett.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Classy,
Christ.
only the classiest stuff.
Yingling.
Right? Yingling.
I got some absinthe. You have that?
Absinthe
There you
makes
go.
the heart grow stronger.
Jesus Christ! All right, we need to fucking finish this. We also have the chain smoking, hand kissing, baby shaking, hot pocket love, and comic book reading nerd, the official smoke machine for the Deadites, Mr. Drunky himself, Michael Ravenshadow.
That's right, Johnny and ladies. This is for you. Get ready at 3 hours of man candy coming your way.
Wouldn't he be Mandy?
Well, all of us together on the
That's
on the
kind of
live
douche
show.
chills. Did
Yeah,
anybody
right.
like
No,
any
I
douche
did.
chills
No,
on
it's
that one?
very douche chills.
Dry.
Yeah.
I had some
Yeah.
Jason Voorhees.
We get the
Dry
Voorhees.
ones.
Get some
Candy.
visual man candy coming your way. No diabetes required.
Was that visual aids?
Well, it might lead to one or the other, but we're fucking trying.
Oh man, Rocky says golden pie. That's like an inverted Cleveland steamer.
Yeah.
And finally, we have the vulgar guru of horror, member of Morbid Vision Films and contributor for Horror Hound magazine, Monsterzero.
I'm going to paraphrase here, but I got a question I got to ask. If SL gets Ebola, does that make her a sexy Liberian?
Jesus Christ!
Probably not.
Oh my God!
It's a question that's been on my mind. I thought I'd ask.
SL is Ebola. She's Ebola delicious.
She's a bowl of fun. Fun for everyone.
Oh
A
man!
very valued member of
Of
the
the-
Trick or Treat Radio community.
Oh,
Oh, like,
shut
yeah,
up.
Thank
She's not
you
going
for
anywhere.
listening.
Like you're the one who should be talking to anybody with your fucking rapey dungeon that you have in your basement.
What?
What?
With your
You know,
fucking-
the one with the shackles?
Yeah, I call it the Mars room.
Yeah, and well, I wouldn't have two big giant douchebag Pulp Fiction posters. On
It looks
the
like
wall.
Black Snake Moan down there.
Yeah. You had a good time.
More like Earthworm Jim.
Whimper.
That's pretty funny. That's good. I like that. That's funny.
So
Pretty good.
hit me up with an answer, SL. Okay.
Don't talk to him.
Shut up. Just shut up.
What I told you a couple weeks ago about about my lovely, beautiful, perfect Myra applies to the SL too. Don't talk.
Shut up. No one's talking to you.
Yeah.
Well, here's the fib.
Yep. Sure
Since
is.
we're talking about that, let's.
Since we're all fibbing here.
Oh, oops! I clicked on the link. I was supposed to. What the fuck?
The
So
fib is
interactive.
blowing up this week with like all posts by me that nobody's responding to. I love it. I'm just fucking keeping it alive, man. Just keeping it alive.
I like your synths, Tiny.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about sense. I'm talking about freaking Giallo, and nobody's piping up.
I haven't seen much, honestly. Like I looked and
It's tough. The subject was basically let's talk about Giallo, but not Argento, and that's not easy
Right,
for a lot
'cause
of people.
most of
because
it I have
Argento
seen is
owns
Argento,
Giallo, to a large extent.
I think that I like the red Giallo, but green
It's
Giallo.
good. It's
Green
pretty
Giallo's
yummy.
good.
Yep.
There's always room for Giallo. Early Fulci is really good.
Yeah, I was waiting for
Yep.
you to say that on the fucking fib.
You know what? I didn't
I
even
didn't
know.
want to step on your. I didn't want to step on your dick, so I just like was waiting here.
Look
and
at
it
this.
Never showed up.
right
Never
here,
materialized.
right
Whoa.
here, he's got the cover to Short Night of the Glass
Yeah,
Dolls.
yeah.
He was waiting for you.
Can we change the intro to this to broadcasting live from the surface of the sun?
What?
It's so fucking hot in here. It's ridiculous.
Surface of the sun.
Well, take your pants off, dude.
Fine.
It's man heat. You're feeling man heat over there.
The radiation is coming off my ass.
So here we are looking at the fib. Here's the discussion about Giallo. There's a couple people that piped in there, Tiny.
Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah,
Phil and
Brown.
Eb.
Yep. Eb. Yep.
And Psycho.
Psycho
So
with I don't
Bill
know with
Cosby.
Bill Cosby. I don't
Yeah.
know Giallo, but I know. But
I don't know
Giallo.
Giallo, but I know.
See, Tiny.
Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one.
It's amazing.
This is an original Gordon Gartrell.
SL says, "Don't let the man candy melt."
That's right.
You
Good
know.
rule of thumb.
God.
It melts in your
We're
mouth.
all
doesn't it?
we're all
I
M&Ms
have
here.
a feeling that awful saying is going to hang around for a
Yeah.
while. Douche chills every time I hear it.
The problem is that we're like the black licorice of man candy.
Nah, we're M&Ms.
With those-
Monsterzero and Mars.
with-
We're M&M.
With those weird... I don't know how to feel about that tandem. With that weird candy that your grampy had that was, the root beer barrels and stuff.
Oh yeah, and
Ah.
and the butterscotch
Hey,
discs
everyone,
and
stop the show.
what?
DRA is watching live.
Oh!
You made the microphones clip
Yeah.
there, DRA.
Why is he watching live and not on here on Skype? What the fuck happens?
I don't
Come
know.
over, dude.
Yeah.
He said, "Cool, watching you guys now." Hi.
Hey.
Nice.
That's Death Rattle Aaron or Death Rattle Arizona
Yeah.
for the uninitiated out there.
I know so many cool people, but I think the Death Rattle is the coolest fucking person I know. He's the best.
Death Rattle Armageddon.
Cooler than anyone in this room.
I
Still
know a lot of cool
unfortunate that
people, but I
wasn't
think
able
Death
to-
Rattle is the coolest person I know.
Still so unfortunate I wasn't able to hook up with him while I was out there. I was like freaking 2 hours away.
So
know.
unfortunate.
You
So
flew-
unfortunate.
So close yet so far.
And so elated.
You flew a helicopter over his house, didn't you?
I
Yeah.
literally did. I should have at least dropped a bag of shit on his house.
Drop some payload.
You shit on my house!
Shit in my house, man.
Shit on my house!
I watched that movie like a couple weeks ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Was
Fucking
it,
Can't Buy Me Love. Yeah.
All right,
Shit on my house!
I'm going to take an article of clothing off each segment and break, unless we can somehow
Oh,
make
boy.
it cooler. in here.
Uh-oh.
We can do that.
I'm taking.
We can all do that.
I'm starting with my
gonna
awesome
start
Lucky
doing it-
Dog music hall.
Oh,
and
what
You know,
Fuck.
I'm going to do it too.
okay.
This sucks. He's
Holy
all-
shit, Sir Isaac is
not
watching
good.
live.
Oh, what the fuck is that, man?
It reminds me of when the Psycho Patrick was in studio.
God.
What is this, fucking sweeps? We're getting ready. Wow, holy shit. Wow.
Why, folks who are listening,
Sweep.
who are listening on the podcast, Monstezero's taking his shirt off.
Oh, God.
The world famous baloney nipples are in full effect.
I'm gonna do the show topless. Watch
Nice.
this. Let's see you fuckers keep a straight face during the show tonight.
I don't want to disappoint you, but I've never felt more straight.
I might be gay. You know what? Nope, not gay.
Hey, Ravenshadow.
Nope, still.
This fingers are touching.
Dear God, no!
No, still not gay. That's cool though. That's
I
funny.
mean, yeah, the sexy dicks were cute for a minute.
I could take man-on-man rape. I had sex with a pig.
It looks like its child is next to me right now.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You know what?
Come on, Wolfenstein! Don't block the people's view. Get the hell out of the goddamn way.
It's so fucking hot in here that like
It's not a bad idea.
I don't care. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you this: I will not have pants on when we come back from break.
You're fat. You got to get Weight Watchers.
That's true, but I still want pants on.
It's fucking October. Why is it so hot?
It's a good thing I posted this in the GGTMC. Maybe some new people watching. Like, it's gonna be fucking.
We have more people watching now than
Yeah.
like we have in a long time. So
Sucks.
great, thanks.
Samurai,
you're welcome.
Samurai's gonna log on. It's gonna be like the end of Evil Dead 2. Like one side of his hair is just gonna turn gray.
Don't say I don't do anything for this show.
Yeah.
You
Bring it into the ground.
Yeah, Mars prepares hours of content, and MC takes his shirt off.
The problem is in fucking typical Deadites fashion. That's all anybody's gonna care about. Like I fucking don't get paid most weeks. Like I have to take at least one work week off. Everybody else was like, I gotta go to work. I gotta go early, and this kid takes his shirt off.
Wow.
By the way,
has no
Yes,
hair.
I do. Huh?
Yeah, he is
no
right.
hair.
He doesn't have a lot of hair.
You're fucking smooth, dude.
We've had this argument.
Well, I wax.
No shit.
You know what's bad about this? Normally I'm that smooth, but it takes a lot of work. But I haven't been putting the work in. So, you motherfuckers better hope it gets cool in here soon,
let me
or it's gonna look like Dear God No at the
Tits
side
are
of the
really
table.
pointy.
Yeah.
let me.
Can we just put that out there?
What?
It's got baloney nipples.
What?
They're really pointy. Like, you
like
got some
hand
really pointy
marbles.
Tits.
Leave my boobs alone, you fuckers.
So let me catch up with the chat room. Sir Isaac is hanging out for the
Hey.
first time. He says Ravenshadow calls himself man.
I thought Sir Isaac was coming in the studio. What happened?
He couldn't
He
get a
doesn't.
visa.
He doesn't want to be in the studio. Ravenshadow calls himself man candy because every time he drops his pants in front of his wife, she snickers at his tootsie. She snickers at his tootsie roll and laughs good and plenty. And SL says, "Oh my fuck, dear God, no." And then she says, "Just get it over with. Everyone take their shirts off. Let's go."
I'm not doing it. I got hairy
Level off the
shoulders.
playing field, I guess. I'm too sexy for the show now.
Sir Isaac says MZ doesn't need a shirt. He needs a bra.
Who said that? Who said that?
Sir Isaac.
Oh, fuck you, Isaac, man. I was on your side.
SL wants a tattoo tour.
Oh yeah.
You want a tattoo tour?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Come on, you're on the spot. This is outrageous.
All right, all right.
Ratings.
All right, I got 6 tattoos on my upper body.
Let's stick to that.
Yeah.
We don't want to see the oh Jesus, baloney tits over here.
I'll narrate the tour, so you don't have to have your microphone on.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so Monsterzero's first tattoo is on his left arm, and it is a barbarian tearing through his flesh. For some reason, his flesh underneath is vagina pink, and the
Weasels ate my flesh.
it is the Gorgonite, as we call it, and he's flexing
Yeah,
at me
he's
right
flexing
now.
the Gorgonite.
I think the Gorgonite's winking at me. And holy shit, those fucking hand marbles.
We got the wizard.
And next up is an obvious prison tattoo. Because we have, like, this wizard tattoo is done so poorly, it is the equivalent of somebody going to get a paint job. They're going to tell you they got to paint their car, and it shows up just with Bondo on it.
This was my
It's just
first
all
tattoo,
black.
by the way.
Yeah. And then then he's got a very good Nosferatu tattoo that I think is terrific. Very good job.
Okay, at least you like that.
Yeah, and then he has, what's that, Chaos?
This means death.
Okay, death. He's got death on his forearm. It should say girlfriend.
In my case, it almost means the same thing.
Yeah. Oh my God, jeez.
Oh my God.
Oh my! I didn't see one of these before.
No?
Nope. He has a. He has a. It looks like a zombie. I think it's supposed to be Leatherface, but it looks like zombie Ronald McDonald.
And we lost half of our viewers since
Really?
last time.
Since last what?
Since I mentioned that we had the highest we've had in a while. We lost half of them.
He's got zombie Ron McDonald on his back. He has the famous Jack Nicholson tattoo that was supposed to be an Ash tattoo, but he changed his mind at the last minute.
And the coup de grace.
The Cannibal Holocaust lady impaled through her yin yang right up through her mouth on her spine.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Folks, this is why you have to watch the live broadcast.
No, this is evidence for why you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And I got one more too. I got one more.
Whoa! He's recruiting for Bam Magazine right now.
Wow.
Why is your back all scratched up?
Wild sex.
With
Razorback.
Yeah.
With a Wendigo.
Tell that guy to cut his nails.
You're not doing yourself any favors by sticking your gut out like that.
Oh, wow.
I don't do any favors just by taking my shirt off, but I'm doing it.
No, it's fucking for the ratings.
Rocky says, I've never felt so conflicted. Do I kill it or sell it to a petting zoo? And he says it's like something hanging in Leatherface's freezer.
You sound like my mom.
Sir Isaac says, Rufus and Ronaldo meet Oscar and Meyer.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. All right, now that we said that this was going to be a shorter intro, it's like the longest one we've had in a while.
See you later, folks. Remember, children.
Treat.
All right, so real quick, because we should just run through this stuff real quick, but go to trickortreatradio.com. When you're on trickortreatradio.com, you can click the link to shop on Amazon.com. Everything you purchase when you've clicked on that link using our website will give us a small little percentage, which will go towards paying for the podcast. We also have a donate button if you'd like to just donate. And if you like what you see here on the live show, and well,
which we doubt,
not that stuff. But I mean, if you like the live broadcast, the way it looks, and if you're into streaming content, check out XSplit.
XSplit. Yeah, I'm late.
And we got Tiny's gonna say it in like 3 minutes. We have a link on our website.
XSplit. Damn that 7-second delay.
We have a link on our website for that as well, and they're going to be launching XSplit 2.0 in the very, very near future. So check that out. It's got some really cool stuff. We've been using it and playing around with it for a few weeks now, and we dig it. So go check that stuff out.
It is pretty cool. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you draw on anybody's face recently, though.
Can we draw a shirt on MZ?
I'm in the vortex.
No, you're so smooth move.
Oh, that's fancy.
All right. There, I drew on someone. You happy, Tiny?
So who left so I can call him and yell at him?
I have no idea. I can't tell.
Guess 242?
Probably.
Pseudonyms. So, all right, that's going to do it for the intro. We will get to the rest of it in the show. If what, Dynamo?
If somebody knows somebody who left, tell them we're going to be talking about the movies now.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the movie. So if you left because MZ took his shirt off.
And what we have to say about these movies will change the face of cinema as you know it.
Yeah, you know, we need to get some of those crazy like headlines like Upworthy has. You know, like those sites. Yes. We need something like that.
What's Upworthy?
We saw a Nazi zombie movie and then it changed our lives.
Ooh. Yes.
And what happens next will make you weep.
Yep.
And cry.
Yes.
And cure Ebola.
What we saw will change the face of cinema, and what we saw will make me change.
What you hear tonight on the show will help cure Ebola.
Well, we got to figure it out.
we got the cure.
Gotta figure it out.
Listen to this episode.
There was
and
a
you will
hidden
not
message.
get Ebola.
You guys are breaking the big entertainment like comedy rule right now.
What? Not talk about Ebola?
Well, no, people listen to things to get away from it. Like it's bad enough
shit.
I have the fucking cancer zombie next to me here. Like,
and bag of AIDS over here.
Can I just tell you that I almost caused my special lady friend to drive off the road when I saw that because I spit fucking water all over the inside of the windshield, and I don't know if you know this. You would talk about the thing said that you were 90% handsome, and you said you were about as handsome as a bag of AIDS.
Oh, that, yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, look at me for Christ's sake. I'm a train wreck.
You're a good-looking guy, dude.
You look like John Travolta.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Hey, you want to go out sometime?
Yeah.
No. You turned me off a little bit, but the magic's gone.
All right, we need to cut to break. We'll be back to talk about Dead Snow 2.
Do you love a scary story? Do you love to dance? The Big Scary Monster Hunts at Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest monster hunting electroshock band, the Deadites. Available on iTunes, Google Music, Amazon, CD Baby, and all other digital distribution sites.
Hey there, this is R.A. Salvatore, call me Bob, and you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
I will be Bobby.
What's up, y'all? It's me, the Yeti. Telling all the ladies that they couldn't be more fine and that we should knock those boots like Frankenstein. When I want to get my nerd on, I go to Facebook and I go to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. That's the place where I get to talk about all the hip new horror movies, all the cool comics.
What comics?
RPGs, video games, you name it, we're talking about shit on there. And you could not be any cooler if you were the coolest kid in school. Be the first kid on your block to swing their cock over at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. Just go to Facebook and it's like nerd signing out. See you at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook.
Deadites. The Deadites.com and trickortreatradio.com.
All hell's going loose. Breaking loose in the air. Oh, Dynamo. No. No. That's not just his chair. It's my chair.
Don't tell. I have to Febreze the shit out of that one.
Jesus Christ.
It is. I am still hot in here, and I'm half naked.
Well, it'll get cooler soon. Right?
I'm the polite half, though. The half that's obscured by the table.
All right, we're going to talk about Dead Snow 2. What do you guys think? You ready? Ready to do this?
Yep. Yeah. Right.
What?
It's Dude Snow.
Dude Snow. Dude Snow. And here comes Ravenshadow.
Well, it's about fucking
Don't tell him what happened. Dead Snow 2.
Dead Snow 2, that's what happened.
Rated R. 100 minutes. And it was released this year, 2014. It is directed by Tommy Wirkola and written by Stig Frode Henriksen, Vegard Hole and Howell, and Tommy Wirkola. And the film stars Vegard Hole, who I just mentioned as the writer, Martin Starr, Jocelyn de Bauer, Ingrid Haas, Stig Frode Henriksen, and Derek Mears is in it as well.
Oh shit!
So
what famous slasher remake did Derek Mears play?
He was in the remake of Ladybugs. With,
What?
Yeah, they remade that joint with the kid that died from Sequest and
Jonathan Mears is playing like the Rodney Dangerfield.
All right, the synopsis.
Balls.
The synopsis we have here for Dead Snow 2. I'm not sure if I like this one or not, but we'll go with it.
They're all
accidentally killing your girlfriend with an axe, chainsawing your own arm off, and watching in horror as your closest friends were devoured by a zombified Nazi battalion. You'd have to assume that things couldn't get much worse. In Martin's case, that was only the beginning.
it's a bad day, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a shitty day. It's a real shitty day.
It's one of those days where you kind of wish you stayed in bed and
Yeah, it's
played
a
with the Lederhosen.
Get a case of the Mondays.
Yeah.
In case of the Mondays.
Yeah.
At least it's not man candy.
You know, people enjoy that.
There's some man candy going on in this corner of the table. Me and Monsterzero right now are 100% naked fat man over this over two people.
Where'd your pants go? What the fuck? I'm not doing it.
Dynamo has no pants on, and MZ has no shirt on.
How happy is the LSL right now? Fucking elated.
It's fucking
so fine, so elated.
So fine. It's really good. I'm sure the audience is glad that my head blocks MZ's body.
Thank God. We can fix that. You know?
Like that?
There we go. Now,
Wow.
I'll just lean back a lot. Wow. All right. So who would like to kick us off for Dead Snow 2? If no one wants to, I guess
Let's
I will.
let the zombie squad go first.
Who's the Zombie Squad?
They're not
movie.
What?
Did you really?
All right. Listen. Spoiler alert.
Jesus.
Listen,
Which wasn't the movie we were
on
reviewing.
Monday, July 3rd, 2012.
and I got. All right, listen. Last night.
Why are we even wasting time on this, Joe?
Last night I watched Gotham with the wife in shadow, and then Sons was on because it was Tuesday. I forgot Flash was on, and I was a little tired.
You do have a DVR, don't you?
I do.
You
my DVR was broken.
You waste more time than anyone I know.
Listen,
Yeah.
I got more time than Morris Day sometimes, but
Yeah, but you waste it all on your fucking couch.
my plan was, all right, I'm going to go to bed, and then I'll get up at 5 in the morning, and I'll watch Dead Snow 2.
Yeah, right.
That was the plan. I was like, I'll get some. Well, that's fucking horrible. Wife and Shadow was got some sausage in the fridge, and my alarm went off at 5, and I'm like, why is my fucking alarm off? I set to 5:30, or I can skim through it and get a dick joke out of it.
That's rough.
And then I realized I'm not getting up at 5:30, so I missed Dead Snow 2. I'm sure it all fucking Nazi zombies in the snow.
You rather fucking watch.
You are. You are.
I missed. I fucking wanted to watch it. I fucking tried.
You
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
All right, so wait a second.
You are-
Well,
you know what?
you
I'm
are-
not even gonna do that. I'm not even gonna do that because his few followers, his assolites, will turn around and like make it. Oh, he's so vain. He listed all the things that he's doing, but this October is not the month to sit and tell us that you didn't have time to do something.
I was too busy promoting the November 1st show at the Lucky Dog Music Hall. Deadites, Gamble and Burke, Trans Dusk, fucking.
Well, you're doing a bad job because there's like 14 people or something on the Facebook invite.
Are you going?
Yeah, and
15.
I'm not talking about there's like 34 or something there, but like they're all people that are playing the show.
No one wants to be the first to post. They're going. November 1st, Lucky Dog Music Hall. I'm sorry, I panicked. I'm sure it's good. I'm sorry.
Well, you'll
fan.
find out. You'll be sitting through this
Yeah.
whole review, and you'll
I
find
saw
out.
horns.
Well, at least you did that.
I watched that Saturday.
DRA commented on the link here on Facebook, and he says, Monsterzero took his shirt off. This is officially not safe for work. Thanks, guys.
Glad to help out.
DRA, I'll try to keep my head right in the way. So,
Hey.
all right. So I guess I'll go first if no one's chomping at the bit here. So I actually watched Dead Snow 1 like immediately before watching this because it's been I don't know, a year or two since I saw Dead Snow 1.
Shame.
And it's a fucking fantastic
Little
movie.
did you know that they're going to recap basically the whole movie.
I know
during
that's
this one.
actually my first note was like you really didn't have to rewatch it. So the recap was actually a little excessive for me, but not everyone's going to watch the original, the first film before watching
Or
the
maybe
sequel.
at all, really. Like what ends up happening is that I was talking to MZ, and this if you see this like like a lot of the advertisements for this say from the director of Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunter, which was a big hit.
Yeah.
So you might, like, how much could I have missed,
Yeah. I can kind of picture just to put it in perspective, I can kind of picture somebody watching like Army of Darkness. They recap Evil Dead 2, They say this happened, and then blah, this happened. And they give you the whole setup, and that's a responsible thing to do in a sequel.
And this definitely follows in the vein of the Evil Dead series for sure.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I'll say,
absolutely.
They took not just those cues, but others as well, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's been
some very specific and deliberate nods of the hat of the tips of the hat to them.
Yeah, of course. So, but man, like there was, I guess I'm not going to call it all the little notes that I wrote down because, like. When you look at this film, you could probably find a million things to complain about with this film, but it's so fucking fun that you don't even give a shit because the gore in this film is top notch. This is some of the best gore I've seen in a while, I think. And it's Peter Jackson style. It's like
absolutely. Oh yeah, it's definitely
and nobody's safe in this. Kids fucking die. Grandmas. There's just something very like cathartic, I think, about that. Is typically it's like a movie, and I don't know. Some of the deaths in this were just fucking top notch and really fucking fun. The effects were fantastic. The zombie makeup was amazing. On everyone involved. Is it spoiler to say what happens here? Like halfway through the film, we have two factions basically. I don't know if it's spoilery to talk about, but
no, I mean, I don't think so. I mean,
it's in the title.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
Red
Yeah, I
versus
mean,
Dead. Yeah, that's a pretty strong hint at it, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, just because whoever it is that writes the little synopsis on IMDb doesn't mention it doesn't mean that it's going to be a spoil.
Yeah, some of the things I love the zombie doctor. Like I thought that was fucking really nice touch. They did the like prototypical German like mad scientist and made him a zombie, and I thought that was a lot of fun. The like I said, some of the nitpicks, I did write down some of my nitpicks, but I kind of don't even really want to bring them up because it doesn't fucking matter. Like when Herzog, the main zombie, when he puts his hand on one of the dead people and turns him into a zombie, I was like, what the fuck? Like my zombie sense is going off, and I'm like, it's not a zombie movie, and I'm like, you know what? This fucking bucks all tradition, and this is doing.
That's a type of zombie, sir.
Okay,
those
I've
are
never seen.
Those are class 9 subclass curse.
I've never encountered a class 9.
I can tell you all the different zombie classes if you ever want to challenge me. I'm fucking ready.
Feel free to jump in whenever you're ready.
Kill all of them, you would have been exposed to them. Did you ever think of that?
I'm not trained for combat.
Maybe we're just doing our job. Stop complaining about it.
Maybe you should be a zombie hunter instead of a monster hunter. Start practicing. Go to school.
Maybe you should be a zombie humper. You ever think of that?
All the time.
So,
does anybody here except me and Tiny know how many classes of zombies there are currently cataloged?
Well, there's at least 9.
There's 10.
52.
52.
Yeah,
the new 52.
No, I have a zombie. I have a zombie card deck.
There's 10, but 2 of them are basically subcategorized. One of them is technically a low-level vampire, and one of them is a particular form of demonic possession. So, but I'd say that they are in order of badness, and 9s are pretty bad.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
And there's a lot of parity between 9s and 10s because 10s are... I'm trying to think of a movie version of a 10. 10s are like Jason Voorhees.
I got the Voorhees.
Yeah, like 9s are like cursed. Mostly zombies. Sometimes you run into some mean southern old men zombies like this. They're people who are so engulfed by hate that they're susceptible to this sort of curse and evil. So they're very hard to kill. Maybe not as hard to kill as 8s, which are Send More Cop zombies. Those are fucking worse.
But there's so many memorable scenes in this. Like I could probably name at least like 5 or 6, if not more, scenes that are those kind of scenes that you talk about. You know, you remember, like with that fucking sidekick zombie, there was like so many things that happened with that dude. The one who was in the wheelchair at first. Remember, you know, anyone, the blonde sidekick zombie?
I remember the blonde
yeah.
sidekick.
Yeah. So like there was just so many gags with him, like using him to put under the tire when they get stuck in the mud.
Oh yeah.
Yes, amazing.
And when he pukes in the car.
Yeah. Oh God, it stinks.
Just fucking amazing. These zombies fucking love their guts. Like they're pulling out intestines and that siphoning scene. That was fucking crazy, huh?
That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was very original.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it was cool seeing Derek Mears. I had actually noticed him they showed a picture of Severin, I think was his name or something like that. They showed a picture of him, you know, back in the day, and I recognized him from that. But I had no idea he was in this film. Did you guys know ahead of time?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually going to be introducing this film Saturday afternoon at Rocket Shock, so we'll be able to hang out with Derek.
Stavarin was his character's name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there was just so many memorable scenes. And by the way, what's the deal with that old couple? The grandpa was taking a shit while his wife was taking a bath.
That was amazing.
Is that something like couples do?
That's a thing.
I don't know. I guess you'll find out when you get to their age.
Sometimes you just gotta take a dump.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the why she doesn't want to see that.
Don't judge.
Tiny, you have more than one bathroom, so
that's true. That's true.
He does it anyways.
Just out of spite, he just goes in the same bathroom as his wife.
I just want to be close to you.
I don't feel comfortable unless there's somebody else in the room with me while I'm pooping.
That's why I'm so fucking glad he got married.
Oh, honey.
I'm off the hook finally.
Oh, honey, you stink of beauty.
Thanks for checking this out, new listeners.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing that I think my one complaint that I will voice was I thought the Star Wars jokes got a little old. They overstayed their welcome, I think.
They were
stale.
To be honest, like both of those supplemental characters were pretty weak, but Martin Starr, the head of the zombie squad,
yeah, he was great.
He bailed them out like over and over again.
That was what's his name, Sturge, who was one of the writers of this film.
What?
The guy who played Martin Starr was what's
no,
his name?
that is the guy, that is the actor's name. I don't know what his name was, Dennis or something like that.
Daniel.
Daniel.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was probably the only thing I'll complain about. And like I said, there's probably a million things you could pick apart here, but it's one of those things that we've talked about. El Goro mentioned, and we've mentioned before that when you're not engaged, you pick these things apart. But I was completely sucked into the movie and just fucking loved it. It's a fun movie. It's silly and it's ridiculous, but it's just fucking plain old fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, MZ, why don't you go ahead next and talk about it?
You guys mentioned the Evil Dead Army of Darkness comparisons, and I was mentioning that to Dynamo on the way up here, and it's absolutely true. From the recap of what happens in the film before to what we have now, all the way to, and I don't want to say I'm going to be giving anything away, but also the collaboration of two factions being at war with each other for the cause of a greater good. And it's such an unbelievable movie. I mean, just about every aspect of this film worked for me, and I love the
Who was fighting for the cause of the like the zombie hunters?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant the Russians.
Well, what I mean is, I don't want to. Like I said, I want to get. What are you laughing at? You didn't even watch the fucking movie.
I mean, you have an interesting point, but by accident maybe. It's very interesting because it's still no joke, I'm sure, in Russia, right? Like, like the Russians would be German right now if the Germans weren't dumb enough to think that they could travel across Russia in the winter.
Yeah.
So, there's probably much like France to a certain degree, like this movie probably plays even like funny or satirically in places in Europe and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
Yeah,
This movie was pretty irreverent in general. I mean, they didn't seem to give much of a shit whose
about
toes
anything.
they stepped on, which I liked.
No, which I did like. My point being though, like there is probably an air of that kind of cool, belligerent arrogantness that probably just didn't play that well for us, like or at all, because
Yeah, there were definitely some local jokes, like the guy with the ATV. Like, of course I could drive that from northern Norway.
I guess my point is no one ever rode tanks across that countryside at any point, or commandeered a railroad train. So, it's. I mean, I guess most of the population is probably over the events of World War II. I have to go fucking ruin it, even when I'm being smart.
Too soon.
But
can I just correct you? What about James Garner?
What about him?
What about James Garner riding the tank across the countryside in the 1984
Good
movie
point.
Tank?
Oh shit!
That's a
Tank.
good point.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Best defense. What was that
Yep.
movie?
I think the
Right,
Russians.
domestic terrorism at its best.
The Russians are
Tank.
still
Tank,
probably
1984.
touchy about James Garner too. So yeah, sorry, I tried to get a little like. I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a World War II nerd, so I probably tried to get a little more nerdy here than, especially with some asshole that didn't even watch the fucking movie at the table. So.
Hey. My shirt's on.
What?
I like totally feel humiliated right now.
but I like the interaction between the characters. I definitely love the zombie squad. Although you like you mentioned Wolfenstein, I think and Tiny, I think the Star Wars one-liners got stale immediately because it's like we've never seen it before. And not to mention, I think Kevin Smith has kind of.
Well, I think that was the point.
Yeah, the other thing
I don't
is
know.
that
I don't know.
That's how Americans are. They like Star Wars. Like it was just kind of in the same way.
Yeah,
like, of course I know how to shoot
true.
one of those. Like,
But at least she was hot,
But the thing is, she didn't pull it off. That's the problem. Not the fact that she was like spitting Star Wars one-liners. You can do that, but she didn't pull it off. Like I said, I thought that the the head of the zombie squad, like saved them. Like his comic timing bailed both of those girls out over and over and over throughout this movie. It would have been very, very awkward. It would have been a real flop otherwise. Like their lines, even though they weren't great, would have been really awkward if he didn't bail them out, like with his follow-ups.
And I love the character of Glenn. The pigeon-legged emo douchebag.
Yeah.
I liked him, man. He was cool, and I don't know, man. I just love the way all the characters just like intertwined with each other, and it just felt it. I mean, outside of the Star Wars references, the dialogue ran real smooth, not clunky at all. It felt very natural, very comedic. My only setback on. It's not really a setback, but it's a. I'm just referencing that because this is something I also said to Dynamo on the way up here, is that I just felt that because Dead Snow was such a huge, phenomenal hit, that I just felt that the makers of the second film felt like they had to interject some American actors or American-speaking actors, primarily English-speaking actors, to take a hold of this film so it can hit a wider audience.
But don't you think that was one of the huge wins in this movie, was the introduction of those three English-speaking characters and the boy in the hospital, for that matter?
It just fundamentally bothers him anytime.
No, it doesn't
of
bother
his, like,
me.
Weird. He's still of the conclusion that as a horror fan, he's in some weird minority and he's afraid that people. are gonna find out about it.
No. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just It's just something that I ran through my head and noticed. That's all. It's not bad or anything. It's good.
I mean,
it
again,
just saves me the time of reading subtitles all the time. But.
Again, it said right on like the VOD like ad thing from from the director of Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Like,
Right.
so they were pretty sure it was going to have a wider audience.
Oh no, well I didn't see that until I was well into the film. I was leafing through and just checking shit out. But the gore gags are fantastic. The
Gorgonite is on display.
right here. The gas siphoning.
Like someone just slapped a turkey.
And there's a lot, and like you said before, there's a lot of intestinal fortitude going on in this film. They have used more uses for intestines than in any other movie or two movies that I have ever seen before. They're
The electrocution scene.
yes,
Very creative.
very
creative.
the gore gags are extremely
Siphoning
creative.
oil scene.
Yes.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was fucking
Siphoning
great.
gas. Yeah.
Yeah, extremely inventive. And
One of my favorite comedic scenes was another intestine scene where, he's outside of the hospital and the police officer catches him doing his failed CPR.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's
Yes.
not what it looks like. He's like
Yeah.
trying to jam the intestines
Yeah.
back in. Oh my God, that scene with the failed CPR was
Yeah.
fucking hysterical.
I rolled on that one. That was
Yeah.
so good.
Hysterical.
I did not see that coming, and it just boom.
No way.
Oh my
No, it was
God.
good.
But yeah, some of the best gore gags I've ever seen since Dead Alive. Original, funny, violent, gory, bloody shit, man. It was fucking fun, and I love the pace of this film too. The pacing of this film is incredible. A little bit of action here, then you got some dialogue, but really great dialogue. A little bit more action, and it just builds up and it builds and it builds and it builds to this crescendo of hyper violent gore, intestinal bloodshed all over the place. And you throw a fucking tank in there to boot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got yourself a winner. And
Did you just turn Canadian?
to boot? Did I say to boot? To boot?
Boot.
Actually, this is a German movie. Wouldn't it be Das
It
Boot?
would be Das Boot.
Yeah.
And throwing a German tank, Das Boot. I mean, you got yourself a winner here. And Ricola is really just. He's working on a high level, man. I don't. The guy just doesn't.
Hey, Ravenshadow.
He's just unbelievable. And
I just show Ravenshadow my
had
balls.
fun. Oh man.
Really?
God damn it.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. He's blind.
They're out.
Just sitting bubblegum Mars over
They were
there?
coming.
What?
They were coming out. They were coming out for a fucking visit.
Hey, how come the oxygen masks aren't dropping yet?
All right, fucking Ray Bradbury over there.
So
Ravenshadow
anyway,
wants to ride my Halloween tree.
so anyway,
to.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to.
So anyway, yeah, this movie.
Something wicked this way comes.
I did not think that anything could beat Dead Snow. Not that Dead Snow is the greatest zombie film of all time, but
It's good.
But
Good.
that Dead Snow 2 is certainly a worthy follow up.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I would say. I'll wait my turn.
You can go now if you want
Jump
your
in
turn.
time.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go. Actually, this movie was fucking fun. Definitely. I think, like I've been saying the whole time, I think the inclusion of the American characters, the Zombie Squad especially, was brilliant, and it really helped round this movie out. It really would have felt like a logical next step to the first Dead Snow movie if they just didn't have those American characters. But including them and expanding the plot in that way, I think was a stroke of brilliance, really. I mean, it just turns this movie into something way more fun, much more epic, and just like way rounder. It would have been a lot flatter if they just kind of like continued with that logical progression and just said, okay, this is the conclusion of this. This is the continuation of this guy's shitty day, and now they're still coming after him. That's kind of boring. You know what I mean? But pulling these other aspects in, whether it's the emo guy from the museum.
Pardon me, Tiny, for a second. One thing that I really commend this on it's like judicious editing is that at one point that probably was the sequel to this movie, but they did that all in about 5 minutes. Like they did that movie and got their gags that they probably were in the initial script for maybe the first one or some draft of this, like out of the system. And he had I got the coin.
Right. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. But yeah, I mean it carried on like very nicely from the first film. Like it made sense what was going on, kind of makes sense, and it was cool and everything. But Jesus, like this movie is way better than I thought it was going to be. Like I had a really good time with this movie. I sat down with Tiny Wife and we watched this together, and there's like a lot of like just laugh out loud scenes between the failed CPR scene, the siphoning scene. Like it just kind of went on and on and on, you know, like it just
it must have brought her back to like the dreaded days of when it was like my turn to pick the movie.
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I think there was a couple. Maybe it was the scene where the tourist came to the museum, that first like gore explosion. Yeah. That she left the room for that, but came back for the rest. But yeah, no, I was shocked. The cinematography is excellent. The you can really feel the budget. You know what I mean? You can really tell that they spent the budget well. What between the effects, between like even just fucking having a tank in this movie, it just looked like they spent the right amount of money on it. It looked like they spent their money correctly on the movie, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, just a huge shocker for me. I don't ever think much of sequels. I watch sequels, and I sometimes enjoy sequels, but very seldom do I enjoy sequels more than a good original. Like if the original did it well, it's a really hard act. It's often a very hard act to follow, but dude, like for sure, I like this better than Dead Snow. I like where it's coming from. I like that it has a sense of what it is. Like sometimes it takes, 2 or 3 sequels before something gets the stride for, hey, like kind of like we were talking about with Supernatural earlier. Like it definitely took them a while to find their stride and realize it's goofy. You know what I mean? And it's fun to kind of like live in that goofy world where you can be gory and there can be some horror, but also just completely silly at the same time, like can laugh about something horrific happening.
And not as, maybe not as, it didn't have the opportunity, of being hundreds of hours long to have that development, so not quite as effective as, say, Supernatural. Yeah. But it also had that thing where it could be badass and be funny. Yes. And it could be, in like, they seem like not to be big hits, but I was legitimately invested in all the characters. So when something happened to any of them, I was like, fuck,
Yeah,
like,
definitely. Yep.
Well, there was one more comparison to Evil Dead Army of Darkness I want to bring up. And not too many horror films do this. In fact, the only horror film that I'm thinking of is Evil Dead 2 to Army of Darkness, is that this is a sequel in the truest form in the fact that it picks up immediately where the last film left off. It's not like 1 year later, 5 years later, or an indeterminate amount of time. It picks up immediately where the last one left off. What
about Halloween 2?
Or Halloween 2.
And
okay.
Halloween 4 and Halloween 5.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
But he's right. A lot of them don't.
Well, Friday the 13th.
A lot of them don't do that,
3
though.
and 2.
Yeah.
I think a lot.
Yeah, it's an interesting point,
do.
definitely.
Yeah, you're bringing up horror films, okay, and you're making a good case. But when you think of all the horror films that are out there that have sequels, how many of them pick up immediately where the last one leaves off? Not too many.
Well, the problem is, and this is an element of the 80s, is that every single one of them, they were done. So not only did they have to start the movie again, they had to come up with some harebrained reason that Michael or Freddie or whoever else was still alive. So that kind of brings the momentum of that sort of continuity to like a screeching halt.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you got to, dig up Jason, literally, to get him back into the film, then, you at least have to have enough time elapsed to have buried him.
Mm-hmm. And for him to rot away the way he did. But still, I mean, just the idea of picking up a film immediately where the last one leaves off.
Don't get me wrong.
I love the idea of it.
Yeah, it's a fun way to do a sequel.
I love the idea of it.
There are some films that probably aren't that great films that are, Halloween 2 is a little, I love it, but it's a little spotty in spots. But the fact that it's made, for me, it's the much weaker half of the same movie, because I'll generally at this time of year at least twice watch those two movies as a 3-hour block of film. So speaking of that, Tiny, somewhere in your house, I made for Tiny Wife when I stole an editing machine for a couple weeks, one of the old VHS ones. I made a complete cut of Evil Dead Army of Darkness.
Really? Yeah.
So
that's
there should be
interesting.
unless she threw it out, but there should be a VHS probably somewhere in your
That
house.
sounds
of
awfully
that.
familiar. I think we got something in the attic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
Yeah, it's.
I haven't watched it, but I
well,
think I've seen the tape.
It would be so easy to do today that there's not like a novelty to it, but you know, it wasn't easy then.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Notice that you didn't get it and she did, but
I did notice that. Yeah, that's cool. It's all good.
that was around the same time that you gave me a bike and then stole it back and took it to Washington and didn't bring it back. So you were
that happened?
you didn't leave my top 5, but you were in the same
Nice.
spot as Damien Hellstrom was.
Yep, nice. That's good. That's good. So yeah, this was a good movie, right? I mean, I think we're probably all on the same page except for Ravenshadow, who doesn't have a page in this book, unfortunately.
Stuck together.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Yeah, you are what's sticking 2 pages together in this book. Yep. So, yeah, I don't have enough good things to say about this movie. Was the dialogue awesome? It was in some cases, and it wasn't great in others, for sure. Was the pacing awesome? It definitely was in some places, and in some places it kind of faltered a little bit. But come on, I mean, at the end of the day, this is a pretty awesome movie. Like even right down to the, I don't know, just everything about it. And Marz mentions like the badass angles of this, like over and over again they play that with even with the first zombie kill by the zombie squad and the reaction to that. To him figuring out how to revive his minions. The good guy revives some minions. Like all of it was just kind of awesome.
That
like
line, I was laughing about the situation. I was laughing how long it went on.
Yep.
Like it just worked on so many levels. The practical effects, the zombie effects on this were great. I think Herzog is going to be an iconic character. Werner Herzog.
There's a great Sir Isaac just said, people too lazy to watch movies don't die. They live in our hearts, our minds, and our stories. And if we do that, then we're all immortal, Tiny.
I thought this movie was great. I was really fascinated with how I would love to see how it played in other places, Congratulations, Michael Ravenshadow. You didn't watch one of the best films that we've watched this year.
I want to watch it. I'm going to watch it tonight.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You could give the fucking Sugar Hill review.
Yeah.
Sugar Hill, yeah.
Come to Rocket Shock this weekend. I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, that's the only place you'll be talking about it.
But yeah, so I thought that this movie was fucking terrific. Great practical effects. Just so good. There's a incredible scene with a right hook to an exploding zombie head that I wish.
That's my favorite kill.
Yeah, it's great. I think that getting hit with a sink is my favorite kill. But Wolfie, if I may reverse the script here, Wolfie had a phenomenal point where I watched a movie right after this to review on my Halloween countdown program.
Countdown to Halloween.
And yeah, I call it something different. It's called something different in the thing. Like I don't even know what the show's fucking called anymore. I'll see you tomorrow. But nobody was fucking minding the ship for the ones that weren't coming out in theaters, and like so.
Exactly.
If you were gonna pee on a priest or have, fuck around with a pregnant woman or whatever, I'll just fucking come right out and say it. I watched Rawhead Rex to review after, and just like a lot of similar things in the fact that, priests getting fucked around with, and like babies and pregnant women and kids getting hurt and all these other things. Total different tonally. But like Dead Snow kind of has an attitude of those films where, they don't give a fuck. Like, this is going to go down.
If you had any question, we're going to spray fake blood across a crucifix right now.
Yeah. So
what's your line, Ravenshadow? So you can contribute something, something, never giving a fuck.
Oh, ripping it up, never giving a fuck.
All right.
So we do.
You saw the trailer though, at least, right?
No, he didn't. Probably
What
see
for
that.
Stick?
For Dead Snow 2.
No, I watched. Yeah, no, what? Nazis,
no.
Here's what happened.
Yeah.
Here's what really happened, okay? He's like, I got to watch Dead Snow 2.
We got
and
Adrian
Wife
Monk
and
here.
Shadow was like, we're not watching this. And he was like, yes, honey.
No, she was gonna go to bed, but it was time to go to bed.
I like that we got our own Adrian Monk here. Here's what happened.
Now you'll know the rest of the story.
I watched most of the first one.
So you didn't finish the first
Yeah.
one?
Jesus.
There were a lot of riding snowmobiles. There was the pretty guy with the long hair.
If I could add the time that you waste in a day, like I would add like 50 more hours of work.
You don't even know.
In a day. Yeah, I
Treat.
do know.
Let's talk about horns.
Great. You
We're
watch.
not done with this.
We should mention what a nice love story this is. This ends with a very nice.
Oh
love
my
story.
God!
Yeah, it all
And the
works
fucking
out.
song that plays.
Yeah, which is amazing. No, what's funny is that I just had the girls. I want to bring back the singing introductions that me and Miss M used to do, where we turn another song into the introductions, and that was one of the ones that me and Miss M had banded around as our favorite. So I was just thinking about it today, and then have it be at the end of the song. The end of the program was interesting.
So, I guess we'll go to the verdict
Yeah.
because we've all talked about it. The people that have seen it. So
it was good.
Shut up, dummy.
Trick or treat, baby. I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right.
I'm two
Now-
movies away from that one right now, going through my box.
It's verdict time, and
Verdict time!
Since I went first, I guess I'll go first with my verdict. And this movie is a fucking treat of the highest gory order. This isn't the kind of film that's going to rank up there with like in the same vein as like Snowpiercer or Only Lovers Left Alive. This is just a fucking fun horror zombie romp through the fucking Norway snow.
Through the northern Norway area.
Well,
Yes.
there's really not
Land
that
of the ice and snow.
There's really not that much snow going on.
Yeah, not since the
True,
Hoth
true.
scenes in the
That's
Star
right.
Wars franchise has a film of such magnitude been filmed in northern Norway.
That's right. That's a good line from the movie, Tiny. So, like I said, if you find things not to like about this movie, if you're not engaged, I could see that. But this is just such a fun movie. It's just plain fun, stupid, like stupid fun, I should say, not fun, stupid. And it feels petty and silly to pick it apart because it's just a fucking fun movie, you know? The gore and makeup effects were definitely top notch.
It's like pointing out a mole on a pretty girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this
Depends
is
on
how
where the
cool
mole
Monster
is.
Brawl could have been.
Yeah, and that
Agreed.
could have been cancer, though. So maybe see a professional.
You're like trick or treat radio
the
cancer.
office. No, they could spray it with the ice and they cut it off in the office. Same day, SDS, same day surgery. In and out like the wind.
Oh my God.
Like the Royal Rumble.
There was a lot of fun deaths and a lot of memorable scenes, and I think this was a perfect way to build on the original. And if there is another one, I think they're just going to raise, basically turn the crazy up to 11, and they pretty much do in this one. But I think they can go even higher if they do another sequel. But yeah, this is definitely a treat for me. MZ.
Yeah, this was just a blast. I haven't had this much fun watching a zombie film since probably Shaun of the Dead. Although I gotta say, Plague of Zombie is also a whole lot of fun now that I'm thinking about it. But
My joint.
and all foreign horror films, by the way, all foreign zombie films. So I mean, they're doing their job right, man. And,
Yeah, the rest of the world does zombies well. I
Yeah.
liked what was that? Tokaka was Evil, I think, the Greek movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
They're,
Yeah.
all good. They're all good.
I mean, there's an argument to be made that the Argento cut of perhaps the most iconic zombie movie of all time, Dawn of the Dead, is a better cut than the Romero cut.
Fair enough.
I agree.
I don't know if I agree, but I mean, there's certainly it's a compelling argument.
The gore gags were fun, violent. I love the characters. I loved everything that went on in this film. The big fucking tank. Lots of gore, lots of violence,
Man,
lots of
I
zombies.
fucking love tanks. I forgot to talk about that. I have an actual like. It is probably my only mechanical like fetish, like tanks and chain guns. I fucking can't get enough of them. They're like instant in airships too. I forgot about airships. Instant boners for me.
Really?
Like I fucking love tanks. I can't wait to see that fucking tank movie that's out right now. I can't wait.
Fury.
I love it. I love tanks. I don't know. I'm
Did
a
you see
mark.
Tank 1984
Yes, I
with
did.
James
and
Garner?
I loved it. Yeah.
As Zach?
I have it on clamshell. I have it at my house clamshell VHS. Actually.
Nice.
Clamshell.
But
Clamshell.
this was just a flat out
He's
fun.
texting someone and giving
Fuck,
his end
treat!
thing. It's amazing.
It's
Shut
just
up! Just because you didn't talk about it.
Wrap it
really.
up. We got a fucking.
It was just a flat out. It was just a flat out fun flick. I can't praise it highly enough. And the time goes by on this film real fast, so you'll really be engrossed in what's going on here, and just a fun movie. It really is. This is an absolute treat.
Tiny.
Yep, this was one of the funnest movies we've seen thus far this year. I think. Whether it was one of the best, I mean, we'll have to debate it. We'll have to give it a week or two for it to marinate and everything. But there was just so much freaking awesome sauce smothered on this movie that, again, like the Star Wars like lines and stuff like that. There was some stuff that kind of took you out of it, but no way. Like, come on, this is a treat for sure.
All right, Ravenshadow, what did you think of our review?
It's good fucking.
Am I getting skipped right now?
No.
I want to see this movie. I would say this review is.
Does anybody else here think he would have tried to bullshit us if we didn't call him on it right away? Like that's what I'm curious about right now. Yeah,
no. He came out.
Well, no, but we caught him before we started because he was legitimately taken back by the zombie squad, the main character in the movie.
Were you gonna say something?
I was debating it depending on how it was gonna go, but I was fully.
I kind of wish you'd lied, honestly.
No, I was fully.
I just shit my pants right at you.
Oh my god. No, it could have went either way. I fucking tried. There was some problems behind the scenes.
All right. Dynamo, give your verdict, please.
I love tanks. So I'm glad that I love tanks.
Why don't you play the game World of Tanks? You probably never leave your house. That's why.
My friend, do you know why? Because my good friend Evil Paul, the world's greatest dungeon master, literally, we're at intervention point for his World of Tanks. Like he plays it so much, we're gonna have to come make him leave. But I still want to play. In fact, I powered up a video game last night just because everyone's talking about video games online, and I felt like I was missing out. So I had Masawa fight Jushin Liger in Fire Pro Wrestling.
Nice.
Yeah, I did poorly. So treat, and because I am not oppressively as boring and pretentious as Johnny is, I will say that for me this compares to Snowpiercer for sure. And will be ranked right up there beside with Only Lovers Left Alive. And this very well might be my second favorite movie that I've seen this year, which might make it my first movie that we've reviewed on Trick or Treat Radio. My favorite being Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right, well, there you have it. I didn't mean to sound pretentious. I was just saying that.
Just comes so natural.
It's I mean, it's hard to compare it. You know, they're different types of films. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a film, and it's still going to get ranked in the top of our lists. You know, regardless.
Yeah, I think you were speaking about budget, quality, cinematography, the whole deal. I get it.
I'm taking my shirt off soon. I'm so
this is a different type. This is certainly a different type of movie.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, you can really only rank movies by how well you like it. You know, whether you're going to watch it again, how much fun you had with it, the whole deal.
Sounds like you're paraphrasing the diatribe I went on at the beginning of my 70s list for House of Horror podcast.
There you go.
All right, so that's going to do it for our review. Everyone that saw the film liked it.
Hey, we dug it. I'm wondering if this will take a cue from Dead Alive. If they do another one and be like, I mean, Dead Alive is the best romantic comedy of all time, in my opinion. You don't think that's romantic comedy?
I think it's fucking awesome.
More like a noir.
That's
right.
Yeah,
it's very noirish.
Have you seen it?
Have you
I
actually
did.
watched it?
I saw it with you guys.
Yeah, I think that that's a romantic comedy.
Okay. Zomcom, maybe more like it.
Who was the priest dating?
The priest ended up dating and
Jesus.
railing the chubby-faced nurse zombie.
That's sexy.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for our review of Dead Snow 2. You should check this movie out. It's available on video on demand right now. And hopefully it'll be hitting Netflix soon. But definitely seek this out. This is the type of movie that, you know, if you dig it, give them your ducats
For
by
sure.
the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's one that I think you'll want to watch over and over again.
I'd love to see this number one on the Kneel Before VOD charts.
We should have the Kneel Before VOD charts.
I don't think we're not privy to that sort of information, though.
No, I think you're right.
It used to be in one of those magazines, maybe Premiere or Entertainment Weekly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't read anymore.
Kneel before Vaude. Is that how it goes, MZ?
Yep.
Kneel before Vaude.
Man, he really puts it in the red. It's nice. Real nice and warm. Overdriven microphone. I love it. So jealous.
All right, so next week we're going to review the film See No Evil 2 from the Soska twins, starring Kane, starring Danielle Harris, starring...
I don't think I'm going to watch that movie. Knowing that those two women were in front of the screen and those other two women were behind the screen. Like that movie, a movie's going to be I'm going to be blinded by boners.
Oh my God!
Whoa!
Well,
Blinded by bonus. That's the
album. Yeah. Blinded by boners.
Oh my God!
All right. When we come back, we'll hear the interview Dynamo had with Sing Sang Soon.
Yeah, it's good.
Nice.
So we'll be right back with that.
We interrupt our program with a special bulletin.
Okay, here we go. This is it. Greetings and salutations.
I'm Josh Gravel.
And I'm Scott LaFave.
Oh, good for you.
We want to let you know about the Arkham Film Society.
We're a small group of cinephiles programming classic, horror, cult, and exploitation film events in the Providence, Rhode Island area.
We have such sights to show you.
We try to meet a need for unconventional programming by providing affordable film events through our monthly screening series.
Be one of us.
Find us on Facebook and join our group by searching for the Arkham Film Society at facebook.com/Arkham Screening.
Check out our blog at arkhamfilmsociety.blogspot.com.
And stop by our Etsy and buy stuff at etsy.com/people/Arkham Screening.
Yes, sir! You, sir! All right already, I'm hip!
We now return control of your television set to you.
Dear Trick or Treat Radio listeners, this is Sir Isaac. Every week I'll leave a message specifically designed to make this podcast worth listening to. And every week I do, you don't. Why the fuck not?! Mercy Roulette, Tom C and I can't do all the heavy lifting around here, so I've decided you're all gonna start leaving messages too. Especially you, Renee. Here's how it works. Step 1. Go to trickortreatradio.com. Step 2. Click on the microphone icon on the right. Step 3. Hit record and leave a message. Tell them what you think of the podcast. Recommend a movie to review or a comic to read. I don't care what you say, just as long as you do it like your life depends on it. And it does, Mike. It does. So what are you waiting for? Go to trickortreatradio.com and leave a message. Tell them Sir Isaac sent you. Do it today. And remember, Bobby, sooner or later, you have to fall asleep.
And we've returned on Trick or Treat Radio.
But Ravenshadow hasn't.
Oh,
whoa, there
speak
he
of the
is.
devil.
Notice, if we learned anything from the last review, his contributions don't rise just because he's in the room.
Isaac's in the chat room, says, I got to update that leave a message PSA. These days, I think we hear more from Casey Kasem than Mercy and Tom C. I think you're right. I'd love to hear from
Yeah, what's Tom
Casey
C all
Kasem.
butthurt about? Where's he been?
He's got fucking problems, man. He's all pissed off. He's an angry young man.
What's he angry about?
He's mad at Bobby Chaynz. You want to shoot? We can shoot.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Shoot for a minute.
You know, I don't want to.
No, Tom C, show up.
Show up.
Do something. Contribute. The fuck?
Did he even listen?
I don't know.
All right, whatever.
He was mad at me, and he was like, I Didn't listen to see if you talk about me. Well, all right, you're a fucking asshole. Tune in. iTunes and Stitcher. Show up a Rock and Shock. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, here's your promo.
Oh my God.
You're
surly.
Yeah.
You out of butts or something?
I'm out of where my smokes go. I'm out of beer. I got a little tiny water.
Tiny white water.
I got tiny white water.
Nice.
Tiny white water rafting.
That's not water.
Tiny, you can't produce that anymore.
I don't mind.
All right, it is water.
Tiny shooting water.
All right, so we're gonna talk. Oh no! Before we do that, we need to hear from Sing Sang Soon. Dynamo, do you need to set this up first?
No, I interviewed Sing Sang Soon after getting audio for one of his last reviews because I found out, A, he was talking about some mythical beasts, and I thought that was interesting. He should reiterate it to the listeners. And B, he had some choice words to say about Tiny and I's songwriting.
Oh, boy. All right, let's go ahead and listen to this interview with Sing Sang Soon. Is it going to work, Dynamo?
Soon.
Hold on. Let me start it over.
I hope that I didn't leave a big space.
No, I think it was me. Sorry.
Sing Sang eventually.
Here we go.
He's a movie dragon and he wants you to know he's a really motherfucking big fan of the show. He's gonna watch movies and let you know. And he hates Ravenshadow as he thinks he's a hoe. He's Sing Sang, Bing Bang, he's Sing Sang Soon.
Hey, this is Dynamo. I'm here with Sing Sang Soon. He was just telling me, first of all, what did you say about the song Aquaphobic? Do you remember?
It was lame.
That's the best song I've ever written.
Was it now?
It was. What do you mean it was lame?
It's not that epic enough.
What don't you like about it?
It's just the sound wave, man. It's just metal, you know?
It's metal?
I meant Metron.
So you were telling me before this interview here about a giant shark.
Oh, yes. It was about a Megalodon, the king of all shark existence.
I heard that was fake.
He's real. He's someone come out. He's deep underneath Atlantic Ocean in some part of Mexico. Well, yeah, of course the Mexicans want water, but yes.
The Mexicans want what?
Yes. The ocean is so warm. That's during survival for Megalodon. He's a warm-blooded shark.
Is there only a Megalodon?
Yeah, it's just one Megalodon existent.
How do you know that he's only one?
Well, science do prove that Megalodon does exist. Well, half minority of scientists, professor of the university, outdoubt one scientist that Megalodon isn't real. In fact, they showed a democracy that he is existent bottom. No one haven't found existent in a million a year. Just because of global warming. Yes, global warming, I said it. It warmed the water in the ocean nice and warm. At some part, that is.
You're a dragon. Do you think global warming is real?
Global warming? Yeah. Come on, we dragon like the heat. And the water.
All right, so what would you do if you ever saw Megalodon?
I'll kill him.
Whoa, I thought he was your boy.
Well, he's bigger than me. He got the ladies than me. We're not boys anymore. We gotta kill each other now.
Wow, like a Godzilla fight?
Hell yeah!
All right, well, I got one more question for you. Will you sing on the next Deadites track?
Classify.
Classify?
Wow, that's I guess need to know information. Before we go, do you have anything to say to the Trick or Treat Radio boys?
You guys did a great job. Hand down, no doubt about it. Word out.
Wow, it's the only time he's ever said anything nice. Wow. All right, I'll see you later.
He's a super drunk dragon and he never behaves, and he's always bringing dragon chicks back to his cave. He won't own throne for his movie slaves. He's Fing Fang, Sing Sang, Sing Sang Sue.
That was interesting.
I'll say, yeah. So is he going to sing with us or not?
I don't know. It's need to know.
It's classified.
I don't know who needs to
We
know.
can
If
do,
not
we
us.
can do a Smith's cover. We'll do How Sin Sansoon Is Now.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, I guess something's the
You
matter.
sound like Sing Sang Soon.
Something's the matter with that sound wave.
Apparently, I like his use of the word existent. You don't see the word exist. You don't hear the word existent used with that sort of frequency and so profoundly like that. That was nice.
That was nice. All right, well, that was interesting, Dynamo, to get an interview with Sing Sang Soon. Hopefully,
How big is he, by the way?
Huh?
Yeah, how big is he? How tall?
Well, like most dragons, he can be in human form, and he is a lot, and he's a pretty big dude. But as a dragon, I've only seen parts of him.
Mm-hmm.
What parts?
Dragon Balls.
Dragon Ball Z.
You better be careful if you see parts of him and he wants to be in a human form. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be like the Z is for Zygote all over again.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't talk about it right now, but like you guys are gonna get an earful when I'm off the air. I'm legitimately disgusted right now.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see your
Well,
balls
what
hanging out of your boxer shorts?
I see him right here, Tiny.
I
so gross. so elated.
Gross and so elated.
I work every day to get the Deadites over. I don't ask for
Yeah.
too much from anybody. Johnny's like
Yeah.
busting his balls on media stuff. Tiny's writing songs. And constantly my content is being dictated by these two's wives.
Ooh.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like, take these pictures down of me. I can't have anybody see me in these pictures. And then now I got people yelling at me for videos of Monsterzero. And, like, like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, next time, that was the last time. Next time somebody posts fucking pictures of you as Hitler, or somebody posts pictures of you with your shirt on, they're staying on. I don't work all fucking week just to have you guys throw up a home run and have somebody's wife get mad about it. I have to take it down.
Hey. You eat that sandwich?
Yeah.
Sir Razik's wondering.
That's not a sandwich, Raven.
Shit.
Dynamo, Sir Razik's wondering, have you seen your ding dang dong?
Seen it.
Sir Isaac better be careful. I'm going to make it my new style American girlfriend.
Bing bang balls.
Bing,
All right.
Bing bang Bangkok.
Well, it was good to hear from Sing Sang Soon.
Yeah,
Hopefully hear some more movie reviews from him in the coming weeks and months and years. The dude's he watches a lot of movies, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, what else is a dragon
Watches
to do?
more than Ravenshadow.
That's true.
That's true.
Well, saw horns.
Sir Isaac actually said a few minutes ago that he bets that Sing Sang Soon actually watched Dead Snow too, and not you.
Well, I didn't watch. There's a smart money is I didn't watch it.
Right. But the fact that Sing Sang Soon probably did.
Thanks, Monsterzero.
Well, I'm gonna watch it. Sounds good.
Now you're explaining the jokes too.
So wait, so now you're just a listener,
right?
You're a guest.
So
You're a guest on
it's
our
a treat.
show.
I think I'll watch it.
So wait. So elated.
Except if we have any other smelly listeners, we don't have to sit next to them.
That's true.
Hey, yeah. Well, Rockin' Sharks coming up.
All right, let's talk about horns. All right, dudes, what do you think about that?
I'm going first this time.
Okay.
Oh no, well, Monsterzero has to go first because he has to fucking leave.
Fucking leave.
Jesus fucking Christ! Like
This will be quick.
I'm leaving. Like I'm gonna stop doing shit for the Deadites, and like me and Wolfie had taken like a month off, and let's see what fucking happens.
Wolfie and I.
No one will care. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, it's gonna be like well, who's Michael Ravenshadow gonna say he does? What's exactly?
Who's he gonna say he does?
Yeah, who do you do?
Who do you got?
No one.
I mean,
Is it
Bombaleo,
vacation?
everybody.
Is
It's
it
the
on
Bombaleo show.
You put the bomb in Bombaleo.
Can I just interject before I forget? Up on Craigslist this week, what was listed up there for $150? I'll tell you what.
What?
Ghosts and Goblins stand-up console arcade game.
Did you buy it?
Of course he did.
Immediately emailed and discovered that it was gone.
Oh, really?
$150. That would have been in my basement like that day.
Wait, $150?
That was a tragedy. It was a
Damn.
Halloween tragedy.
Honestly, $1,500
You shoulda-
probably would have been that bad of a.
You should have offered him more. because
it was gone. It was
well,
already
no,
gone.
he probably knows the guy's number. Who has it? You can
Exactly.
go. Yeah.
Be like, who picked it up?
I'll give you
What's
$50.
What's his number?
Give me his
I'll give you
info.
$153 for it.
Well, you should have been. You should have been like, I will give you $200 if you call that guy and say that there's termites in it, and you need to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, the machine has AIDS.
Visual aids.
It has
Digital aids.
Digital aids. Oh, he's contributing now. All right, we need to talk about horns. This film it got its first release in 2013, but it's getting its wide release this year in 2014. It is rated R, 120 minutes. This drama fantasy horror was directed by Alexandre Aja. I think that's right. And it's written by Keith Boonen.
Jesus.
Based on from a novel by Joe Hill.
A novella.
And this film stars Juno Temple, Daniel Radcliffe, Heather Graham, Kelly Garner, Sabrina Carpenter, David Morse. What the fuck?
Why the fuck is Heather Graham built so high on this? That's interesting.
Yeah, it is a
Heather
little.
Graham was
Cause
in that.
probably because she's, I guess, a bigger star than some of the others.
Recognizable, yeah, but that's kind of a
I'm not
shitty way
surprised.
to build cast.
Yeah.
To credit
And
cast.
the synopsis on IMDb is... Wait, is this IMDb or IMADB? I don't know which one I'm on.
IMADB, yeah.
Okay. IMADB. In the aftermath of his girlfriend's mysterious death, a young...
Actually, wait. Let Ravenshadow summarize this movie.
Ravenshadow.
Let him step up his game for this episode. a little
Okay.
bit.
You want to summarize?
Summarize this movie.
I think he'll have to open his mouth right now, which he doesn't want to do.
Synopsize it.
It's so fucking bad.
Synopsize this shit.
In less than a minute.
All right, fucking Harry Potter wakes up after a rough weekend at Hogwarts to decide that he finds out that Hermione was killed, and then due to a magical spell by some
Doo-doo?
machinations by who's the motherfucker? Sirius Black made Expectro Perhornum, made horns come out of his head, and he's running amok, and
Never giving a fuck.
not giving a fuck. But the
Yeah.
Weasleys aren't around.
Your synopsis of Tusk, which you didn't see, was better.
No. This was a dude. Problems happen with his girlfriend. She's dead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she died. Okay.
And he's the suspected killer. People don't. I feel like Sing Sang soon. But dead girl.
The devil existent.
Yeah.
Right?
Dead girl and Harry Potter's to blame, and he's gonna find out who the real killer is. Right?
Yeah. Would you say that this is a satire?
Was that the one with the goat legs?
That's Seder.
Oh. I'm not sure.
Oh my god, that was actually pretty good.
Is that right?
It wasn't. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible.
It's
It wasn't
okay.
terrible.
I'm trying. I'm showing up.
So
Yep.
IMDb synopsizes it like this: in the aftermath of his girlfriend's mysterious death, a young man awakens to strange horns sprouting from his temples.
Isn't that what I said?
As opposed to like normal horns sprouting from his temples.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just don't need the extra adjective.
Yeah.
It's puberty.
You know.
Puberty. All right, so MZ has to leave soon, so we are going to let him go first.
Yeah.
So MZ, discuss horns.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm really getting into Daniel Radcliffe lately. He's really starting to put out some pretty decent stuff.
You're into him?
I'm really starting to get into Daniel Radcliffe. He's trying
I'm
to put out.
I'm getting really deep into
Good.
him.
Good.
Me and him are going to
Great
play
start.
Quidditch.
Elbow
Really great
deep.
visuals to start.
Digital aids.
There's a shirtless
Why did you say it
Monsterzero.
like Larry
Oh, you get
King?
your shirt back on. That's good.
Digital aids.
And his mom yelled at him.
No, I'm really starting to dig this guy's work. I haven't yet to see any of the Harry Potter films, and I don't want to. But,
Despite that taking up like most of his filmography.
pretty much, yeah. But what I have seen of him, sans Harry Potter, I've been pretty impressed.
Yeah.
I saw this film as being like a part of. It has some tropes of Ghost as well as some of the Dead Zone.
Ghost Dad, you talking about?
Ghost.
The song Ghost? It was Daniel Radcliffe chatter, and he rode the wave home.
Ghost. Yeah, all right. Maybe. All right.
And also of the Dead Zone. Moreover, the Dead Zone with his
with
his special abilities.
What is Ghost?
Yeah, okay.
And the
pottery,
clay.
yeah. The clay and the pottery.
Really?
The
Ghost?
Jennifer Grey.
Yeah.
Grey. All dead.
That's
Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
And
I've never actually seen Ghost, so I don't.
No,
No.
that's not. It's not.
I got a beige one.
From who?
With
That
Monsterzero.
was like the worst movie
And-
ever to get a beach to. I think. What scene was it? Was it the whole movie?
It was unfortunately the second time I saw it.
Oh.
And this guy, Ig. I mean, he's playing a really shit life right now. I mean, not only is he dealing with the fact that his girlfriend is murdered and he's taking the blame for it, but also because he's got the entire town, police, the community and news reporters all thinking that he's guilty. I kind of wish they kind of dove a little bit into why they came to that conclusion. Nothing was ever really mentioned about what made them suspect that he was the one who did the killing.
Well,
only the plot of the movie.
Yeah,
hinted at.
exactly.
Just
I
like,
mean,
just every aspect of what happened
halfway
after the beginning of the movie.
halfway through
summed
the
that up,
movie,
but
there's
besides that, nothing did.
Oh, maybe I didn't see the film too.
maybe
maybe he didn't.
It's like, well, they didn't get into it in the trailer.
Sir Isaac's taking off. He'll be at Rock and Chalk on Saturday. So
Thanks,
all right.
buddy.
Thanks for hanging out, Sir Isaac. We'll see you then.
Okay, bye.
Yeah,
we don't kill you
kinda
first.
They did get into it though.
They did?
They,
Okay, I
They
must-
explained pretty
One-
explicitly.
one of
I
the
thought,
flashbacks.
why they thought
Maybe
he
I'm
killed him.
maybe I'm blanking out or something. I don't know.
Heather Graham. That's all I need to say.
Oh yes. Okay, you're right. You're right.
Among
you're right.
numerous other.
That's just one
Yeah.
thing.
No, but Wolfenstein.
Him
just
waking up
cleared
and the
my
cops
mind
are
on
there
that.
and he says it's my fault. Blah blah blah.
Right.
That.
No,
And in the
I
end-
got it. I got it
And
now.
in the end, it turns out the kid told him that he confessed and everything else.
Yeah. It's all just a case of, all these friends growing up together and they kind of like grown apart because of this one incident. But I thought the acting was pretty good. I thought Radcliffe was really, really good. I think he's really stepped up his game as far as being an actor goes. I think he's really, really, really good in this. What else was I
You
gonna say?
asshole.
What?
All I have to say is I keep deleting things to keep Monsterzero out of trouble, and Tiny White keeps finding ways to put them back on.
Tiny, knock your shit off, man, please.
Whether he realizes it or not.
I gotta go home. Do you realize this, man?
Well, stick around for the whole show then. You're gonna get in trouble.
I'll just stay at Castle Wolfenstein for the rest of my life.
That's awesome. That's a sitcom I want to watch. In other Monsterzero news, I am positive I just watched this movie earlier today, but I'm not sure what you're talking about.
What?
Like, I feel like Michael Ravenshadow right now. I feel like I didn't watch the right movie or something.
And Marin Williams, who I thought was like really, really, really cute in this film too. Let me see.
Juno Temple.
Juno Temple. Yeah, she's cute. Wasn't she in
Sin City.
No, I wasn't thinking Sin City. Wasn't she in one of the Dark Knight films?
Not that I know of.
Or maybe I'm thinking of Sin City.
Actually, hold on. It looks like she's credited.
Is she?
Yeah, she was in Sin City, Dame to Kill For.
Uh-huh.
And what the Dark Knight Rises? Yeah.
Oh, she wasn't. Okay, all right. This is definitely there's definite satire involved in this film. There is one very
nudge,
laugh
nudge,
out.
right. Nudge.
There is one very laugh out loud scene involving the two cops.
Oh, brilliant!
It was
Of course,
just
yeah.
it was just absolutely hysterical, and it does carry over that dead zone mentality of here he is with the fucking horn sprouting out of his head, and that's also given no real reason as to why, but it makes everybody all of a sudden reveal their most innermost desires, their innermost evil desires, I should say. And the things that some people come up with and some of the things that people do in this film is pretty fucking nasty.
But not outrageously outlandish, which was very
right,
interesting.
right. Yeah,
you know?
no, it stays in the realm of believability and everything, but it just takes it to a level that's really, really just like mean and nasty and vile and sexual too. I mean, there's a lot of
really
sexual,
nice, really clever plot device.
There's a lot of sexual shit going on in this.
Even everything. I think every scene where that power came into play was very interesting with his mother, his father, his brother, everybody.
Yeah, the
Very cool.
brother was really good. Who that was James Remar.
Yep. From the Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
Well, no, it was the father.
The
was
father.
James.
Oh, the father was James Remar.
Oh, the father. Yeah.
Yeah, the brother looked like somebody from the National.
Terry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. Terry.
Was he in a baby carriage?
Joe Anderson,
his brother.
Yeah, the guy on the bench.
Yeah, and just really good performances throughout. I thought. I don't know, man. The how it all culminates into the end is I don't know, man. There's something about the ending that I wasn't too sure about. I mean, in a way, it kind of all makes sense, but I don't know. There was something about it, and it was awesome. Don't get me wrong, but there was something about it that just I'm kind of on the fence about. I can't really put my finger on it. Not to mention the
like the ending. You're saying?
Something about the ending. Yeah.
Yep.
Not to mention the fact that they never. I mean, the reason why he's sprouting the horns is never really explained either, unless I slept through that.
Sort of. Yeah. I think you slept through this, honestly.
No, I didn't sleep through it. I watched it. Don't give me that shit.
But that wasn't enough to warrant a change, I don't think.
Well, it's.
And the book is different.
There's a lot of.
Oh, here we go. He didn't fucking say anything in the last fucking review, and now that he read the book, he's gonna like talk for 5 hours about compare and contrast.
Yeah, chapter 2.
Yeah, let him. It's okay.
Yeah. I don't want, but I hate the sound of his voice. It hurts my head.
I think there was a lot of sort of symbolism and stuff going on here, and it's it's not just flat laid out before you like, oh well, that's weird that he's got horns. Why that happen? Like I think there's some suspension of disbelief and some things that that are going on sort of in more meta, I guess, more like sort of not literal, and you sort of have to take it for what it is. And I don't know, I didn't bother me, and I think it was actually really effective.
I agree
how it worked.
Yeah, I mean, the movie as a whole is it looks nice. It's shot well. I think the performances were good. I think the pacing of the film is really, really good. I thought the score was okay.
I thought the score was great. It was Rob who did it. Who did the Maniac remake?
Yep.
So I mean,
one of my favorite scores of a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not one of the best films I saw of the year, but I mean, it's good. It is good.
Okay,
I liked it. I like it's a good time waster, really.
It's a good time waster. It's not really a strong like.
It's a good pot boiler.
Yeah, exactly.
It's better than Van Helsing.
So, all right, MZ. Any final thoughts and give us your verdict because you gotta go.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
No, there's really not much more to say as on my end of it anyway. I just think it's a good solid flick. It's very sexy, very dirty, very. It is. What are you laughing at? It is. It's sexy. It's dirty. It's vile at times. It's nasty, but it's all like Tiny said. It's all kept in the world of believability, and it doesn't overstep its bounds to the point where it's like, oh, give me a fucking break. That shit don't fucking happen. Oh, give me a fucking break. It's possible, and more than likely it does happen.
People
even
grow horns.
No. But I mean, in terms of your most innermost evil thoughts and desires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially like telling that little fucking kid to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like that scene.
Yeah.
I mean, name a person who hasn't had that thought run through their head, at least one little bastard that they've come across in their lives.
Hawkeye from MASH.
Yeah. All right. Hawkeye from
Stevie
MASH.
Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Stephen
Wonder.
Oh no,
Stevie
actually,
Wonder would never think anything like that.
Actually, Hawkeye did. He said I had to shut that chicken up.
That's true.
I don't have anybody.
Nice. Thanks for like giving my brain a little.
But I mean,
that's good.
Overall, I mean, the film is enjoyable. I really liked it. It's a lot of fun to watch. I mean, it's not as fun as Dead Snow 2. This is definitely I would say this is definitely the
of course
the lesser of the two
the weaker
films.
of the two films.
Yeah, well, I enjoy Harry Potter.
Yeah.
All right, MZ.
So this is definitely a treat.
I
for
think
me.
you should stay.
I can't.
You can't. I think you should more than ever. I think you should. stay.
I'm kind of afraid to go home right now. But
why?
Send Ravenshadow home.
Yeah.
Here's my keys, man.
Yeah.
At least someone will get
Listen,
lucky tonight.
Here's what you're gonna do.
Just
You're gonna
give them the
say
address of your job and just call it a night.
You're gonna say I'll do anything to entertain our audience. If you don't like it, then hit the bricks.
Oh yeah, yeah, that'll go over well.
Hit the bricks. Get to stepping.
When the phone's not ringing, it's me not calling, baby.
You're in
Get the
control
fuck out.
here. Okay. You're in control.
You're wearing the pants.
Yeah. Exactly. Well,
Dynamo's not, but
you're in control.
Dynamo's not wearing the pants.
That's
though.
true. That's true.
All right, but that's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. No, I really should go.
All right, MZ. Do it.
I gotta face the music.
You know what? I'm gonna put fucking pudding on my cock right now. You know why?
Because you enjoy it too much.
No, because I'm fucking disgusted.
Why don't you put Giallo on your cock?
This is fucking. I'm so.
All right, MZ. Say goodbye to the
Will you
folks.
get this shit off the goddamn?
I did.
Why is it still there? Tiny, if this is your doing, I swear I'll kick your ass.
I've taken off the internet like 3 times.
Dude, that's why they say don't upload nudes to the internet. They'll never go away.
Never go away. Where? I don't even see it. Where? I don't know. Where is it?
It's on. Well, it's on Mike's page. It's on.
It's already blowing up on pickhunter.com right now.
It's on Reddit. It's got like subreddits right now.
It's on Dynamo's page.
Oh, I think Bobby Chaynz reposted.
Or is it gone?
It's gone.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it is gone. Okay. Well, then how come it's still on my
it's
phone?
Still there. It's still there.
Where is it?
Stop it, Tiny.
Oh shit! It's up on the freaking homepage for MSN.com right now.
MSNBC is running it now. Holy shit!
Oh shit! There it is.
Where is it? Yeah, where was it though?
It's on my phone.
Yeah, but where did you find it?
On my phone.
So, for people who don't
on
know,
my phone.
For people who don't know, Dynamo posted a video.
Somebody must have looked for Trick or Treat Radio on their phone.
Dynamo.
It's on my dad's page.
Dynamo posted a video of MZ dancing with his shirt off, and MZ's lady
That's
got
not
a little
bad.
upset.
You've done so much worse.
Getting a little upset. You should read the texts I'm getting, man.
Is the door locked?
If I'm able to get into my apartment by the time I get home, I'll be lucky.
All right, well, say goodbye to the
it's
folks
your
and just
apartment.
get out of here.
All
All right?
Yeah, I gotta beat it, man. Arrivederci, douchebags.
You're gonna be beating it for a while.
Yeah, you're not getting any after this.
Speaking of marital situations that aren't awful, has anyone else seen Mrs. Chaynz?
No.
Holy fucking shit in a Shanghai
really?
basket.
CMZ.
And so after listening to Trick or Treat Radio, do you know what Mrs. Chaynz said?
What's that?
You never listened to that again?
That Dynamo sounds sexy.
She must have thought that you were someone else.
Yeah, that's the magic of the radio broadcast.
She thought you were Raven.
I'm telling you. I'm telling Mike Ledger to post those fucking pictures again. I'm going to blow up that video.
Gosh, just watch this for a minute.
Where did you get it?
It's on my phone.
The joke's on MZ's girlfriend, because though I did take it down, I have texted it to everyone on my contact list. And just for anybody in the room that thinks I'm kidding. Dominatrix.
All right.
My friend Jules that I haven't seen in 5 years.
Nice.
Ethan McGloofabits.
Rocky's
my special lady friend.
Rocky's got to run. He's hanging out in the chat room as well. So
see you, Rock.
See you, Rock.
Thanks, Rock.
Thanks,
Pete
buddy.
Massatelli.
What are you doing? You
Courtney
texting
Weber.
it to everyone?
Yep.
You don't have to say everyone's name you're sending it to.
Listen to 2814.
Guest 768.
How do you still have it though?
I don't know. It's alive.
Save it.
I'm saving it.
Oh, he hasn't refreshed his page.
Shit. So how do
He
I
hasn't
keep
updated his website either.
How do I
anymore.
keep it forever? Should I share it?
I'll text it to you.
All right, you gonna go next? Oh, you moving?
Oh, fucking A,
Oh,
man.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
A.
Jesus,
I just
fuck.
saw his fucking moons over my hammy.
Why are you sitting there? I got to turn the mic on.
Because I like it because a little more space. My fucking mic now, the way the room is set up, gets all tied up in Ravenshadow. It's like fucking. I'm in like tentacle porn with fucking Ichabod Crane over there.
You're welcome.
All right, Dynamo, why don't you speak on this film?
Let me speak on this in public. I took a lot of notes for this movie, but they're weird. They're not like technical notes. They're
Tentacle notes?
They're like kind of like how it affected me notes, almost like more symbolic notes, I guess. Symbolic notes. I didn't actually write them. I talked about writing them.
Yeah.
I will say on the trick side of this, I guessed the killer about 10 minutes in. That's
really?
it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, they more than hint at it.
Yeah,
right?
but that said, they did a good job, like
yeah, they did
redirecting you. Like
Yep.
I didn't know what was going to happen because what I was
I actually
positive
said
was
to
happening.
Tiny Wife when they did the hospital scene.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I guess we know who the killer is then.
Sure.
But yeah, no, that you're right. They did. They tricked me.
I actually didn't. I didn't know because I thought there was going to be more things that popped up like that. So I was waiting for I thought that was a red herring.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I thought it had to be because they were doing such a good job of it not working. That said, I don't buy into the killer 100%. I've known Tiny White and Tiny Wife like 75% of my life at least. If one of them was all crazy and rapey, if one of them was all Donna Matrix is yelling at me right now for sending that video.
Yeah, everyone's yelling at you for that fucking video.
If one of us was crazy and rapey and murdery, don't you think we would have figured it out by now? Like that's kind of like that sort of character trait is hard to.
I don't know. I think it was a crime of passion, so to speak, because of what happened.
I don't think so though. Like
he thought one thing.
I don't know.
A crime of passion is he does that and she hits her head, but he was being all slappy and like that's
Yeah, it was more than that. Like the whole exposition at the end when he.
Can you open that for him? The handle's broken.
Him laughing at the end when that thing happens, right? Him like giggling.
Yeah,
Do you remember
yeah.
this scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there was more to his. Did you check the fib, by the way?
No. Should I?
What?
Hold on, let me save this fucking picture. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck.
I'm just browsing the internet here while we're talking.
Whoops. Let me set it up. Here. Holy shit.
Is anybody still in the chat room?
They're gonna come back now.
Oh God. There's not many people left. I think they scared away.
We did. When MZ leaves, they all leave.
Yeah. All right. Let me add. I'm still learning this
XSplit
stuff. Yeah.
Tell me when. Tell me when to stop talking. So I found that again. I'll say I didn't find the killer to be completely convincing at all. In that,
Yeah.
Like I just didn't buy it. Not like I thought the actor was great.
Do you think it was do you think it was the acting to some extent?
No, I think it was the writing.
Okay.
Like I don't know. It's obviously I don't know how true to the book this is, but I just don't know. There are people that I know less than that I feel like those are kind of character traits that are hard to hide.
Yeah, yeah. How much were we led into the punchline about how much time had passed between the murder, whatever? It was not that long, right?
No, it was
maybe 8 months or something.
No, not even. It was
Not even, right?
There was not very much time that seemingly had elapsed.
I mean, they were doing vigils and stuff like that. Maybe
it had to be less than that because they still were autopsying the body.
Were they?
Yeah, in that lab got burnt down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right,
right.
with
That's
the,
a good point.
yeah.
That's a good point.
So
We're talking maybe a month or two.
Yeah, they haven't
if
come
that.
to like the pathological forensics
Yep.
yet to prove that he didn't do it before they destroyed the
good
thing.
point.
All right, one quick second, just to get this over with. Here's what Tiny posted to the Fib just a moment ago. This is
It's the MSN homepage.
Yeah, MSN homepage right there.
Told them if you don't know in this day and age not to post nudes to the internet, I mean that shit travels fast.
Oh shit, Tiny, nice work using your Bing search.
Yeah.
I can see it there.
Snoop.
Yep.
Nice. That's
Yep,
a
there you
product
go.
placement. So there you go. Don't post nudes to the internet. All right, continue, Dynamo. Sorry.
I might be the only one that's this type of wishy-washy, but I found his girlfriend's plan to be a bit cruel, and in that sense contradictory to their love affair.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do you think?
Well,
I mean,
here's
with
the only way.
at the end,
yeah, here's
you
the
know?
only way that I kind of talked myself out of that was that she might have faltered in tomorrow. She might have said, "Yes, I will marry you," and I can't.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean? Like I just feel like when you love like that, like it's like a drug. It's like an addiction. You're not you're selfish almost. You know what I mean? And even in the great selfless like, you know, Shakespearean tragedies of the world, like, you know, that which are probably the best literature ever to illustrate like how bad love sucks. They go down together, you know, or go down because of each other. And like I don't know, I just like I felt like if they loved each other that much, in an almost like mythical way, like this movie kind of portrayed it as, like I just didn't buy into that 100%. Not because I didn't think it was a good idea, just because I thought that it was a little cruel and a little harebrained.
But she was. I mean, how old were they supposed to be? You know, 18, 20 maybe.
I don't know. They had
23,
big kid jobs.
21 maybe. 24.
I don't think they were our age, but maybe close.
Early 20s.
No.
Late
Do you know how
early
old
20s.
we are, dude?
I know how old I am.
Yeah.
No way. Like, no way were they supposed to be our age.
Well, no. But I think that they were adults, is what I'm saying. They weren't.
Yeah, like 24.
Well, look at
maybe.
their contemporary was an old balding cop.
Yeah, okay. That's an interesting point. Yeah, he did look old.
I think that these were supposed to be at least 30-year-olds.
No.
But why? No, they
Do
couldn't
you
have
know
been
a
because
fucking
they would have been
20-year-old that
married
looks
by
like that
point, right?
policeman does?
What?
He's had bad genetics.
I think it's,
You
I
have
think that
bad
was
genetics.
No.
I think that was
Got
kind of the
pluses in
idea.
some
is That
places.
dude was the schlup that like probably started balding like 18 years old, whatever. I think he was supposed to look bad for his age.
And probably
But
stayed
yeah,
back a
he
little
looked. You're kind of right. He kind of looked too old to be a contemporary of the other kids.
Yeah, and it's sort of. I mean, I guess it sort of doesn't really matter. I mean, it does and it doesn't. But
And that older brother looked to be creeping towards our
Well,
age.
it definitely matters to the extent that if they were going to be married, if they were destined for each other and like had all these plans, like
Not
you know,
necessarily.
what the
Like,
hell?
Like I know you guys don't know a lot of young people, but young people right now aren't where we were when we were that age. Like these
Yeah,
kids,
but these
like these
two- but
20,
these two aren't-
22-year-olds are still living with their parents because that's how it is. So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was a radio DJ too, and it didn't say what she did for a job.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. That's not the best profession in the world. So, you know, maybe they're irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was a very King ending. There must be something that runs in the family. The way that it brought all the childhood friends together to
Oh, yeah.
to you know, resolve the issue.
Yeah. Yep.
I felt like the snakes as a metaphor were for both his guilt and his vengeance. Were both incredibly great and incredibly poetic. You know, because his all that hate, basically, you know, to put those two emotions to one thing, are always following him around.
Uh-huh.
You know, and the metamorphosis came from him trying to control that hate. it was a bit heavy-handed, but I thought it worked. I think the biggest triumph for this movie, and I am a fan of Aja. I've liked just about everything he's done as a director and a producer. High Tension is his weakest, and that's a huge triumph in my opinion. I love. A lot of people hate it, but I think the Piranha remake is the best of the Grindhouse revival films. This didn't feel like an Aja film to me, which I felt was great. Not to sound like Monsterzero, but the CGI fire was a bit painful. But
yeah, that was even the snakes.
At least it wasn't. At least it wasn't CGI ravens, right?
Right.
Or crows. I mean,
or
sorry.
CGI smoke for that matter.
Yeah, CGI
Even
smoke.
worse.
So yeah, I didn't really. I don't know how close it was to the book, or if there was some subtext missing, but
Ravenshadow can tell us.
There was like a little thing that was kind of thrown in there that I didn't really understand. That didn't really work in his character arc. He had a quick sub transformation before he transformed into what he ended up being.
Yeah.
But I thought that this worked more than it didn't. But where it didn't work was kind of a bit painful. I do think Daniel Radcliffe was phenomenal, though.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Ravenshadow, why don't you speak on this and compare and contrast with the book?
All right. Well, I haven't read the book.
Oh, jeez. I thought you said you did.
No, I've held the book. Wife and Shadow read it.
Jesus.
I read the first page. And the first page, I did read that, and he wakes up with the horns.
He wakes up with the horns?
Yeah. The opening scene in the book is that he's waking up with the horns. So, this movie's still fairly, new, right? I mean, it hasn't even come out in theater.
Well, yeah.
It's not good. It's on VOD.
It was gonna hit. It's gonna hit theaters October 31st, and then it all of a sudden dropped on VOD. I didn't see any prior notice of it because our good friends at the Horror Club, they update all the VOD releases, and this wasn't even on there. And then all of a sudden, it just boom, it was out. So
on my cable, it says watch it before it becomes in theaters, which is a pretty common thing now.
Yeah,
but I've heard that that's not how it is everywhere.
Maybe they just wanted to get a gauge for
it's
how
the
many
fucking
screens to put it on in it. And
it's
stuff
the
like
fucking Wild West out there. Like, there are two people that are making movies that go in theater, and it's those what is it, Blumhouse, that puts out all those Annabelle and ghost movies and stuff like that, and fucking Disney. Like, The Guest, one of the most critically acclaimed movies of the year, just isn't coming out now. It had a fucking release date, and then it came and went and didn't come out.
Yeah, it was just very limited release.
Yeah, it had a super limited release, and then was supposed to come out on the 12th or something, on the 10th, and it didn't come out. So, it's the Wild West out there. Like, movies just aren't coming out.
Yep.
Because you have to have Annabelle on 11 screens, right?
All right, Ram Shadow.
But yeah, no, I think right off the bat, once Daniel Radcliffe was on screen, he really stopped being Harry Potter for me, and he was his own dude like that. I thought he was brilliant in it, and I think he carried this film.
Is Harry Potter all that you've seen him in?
Well, the fucking Lady in Black, and I didn't see the fucking play that he was naked in with the fucking horse. Not for nothing though, but this is a pretty fucking important, iconic fucking character, and he's fucking Harry Potter forever. So yeah, I think it's relevant to the conversation that he's somebody that transcends that character.
I only understood 3 or 4 of those words.
All right, I'm not talking to you.
I've never seen him in anything.
Right,
I've never seen a Harry Potter movie.
He was an Esquire, whatever the fucking the horse movie was, and
That was
the Lady in
terrible.
Black. That was it. He's fucking Harry Potter.
He's fucking Harry Potter.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. But the point I'm trying to make is
every
that
time
he's
I
not.
see him on screen, I think that what I see in his face is I need to try real hard not to be Harry Potter anymore. It oozes from him.
And even when the snakes were oozing from him in this movie, I didn't think Harry Potter.
I didn't think Harry Potter at all through this whole entire thing, but he...
No, I didn't either. But what I'm saying is that I think that he feels like he needs to overcome that character. I mean,
there's probably. I mean, I'm not an 11-year-old girl, so I've only ever seen the Harry Potter movies that ORC and Rob Newton paid me to go see. But so that's not ingrained in me. I think a lot of it has to do with he was so fucking good in A Woman in Black that that was Daniel Radcliffe for me. That was the starting point.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, judging him almost as Harry Potter, like though it's a phenomenal thing, and he played it to adulthood, which is I think also a cool thing that I can't think that anybody else ever did. I think that's sort of like saying that dude from Drive will always be the third kid on the right of the Mickey Mouse Club.
No.
Not quite,
not even close to being significant or legacy based. So not even close.
So because you like it, that's what matters.
No, because the fact that this franchise is rather large.
Sure, but I mean
based on a big so it's cute. The point is that he'll always be associated with that for a long time. And my point, what I'm saying, which is remarkably valid
for the people that have seen it. Like I know that
who
he was
fucking hasn't fucking seen Harry fucking Potter.
Me.
Yeah.
All right, you're the one fucking guy. I haven't seen fucking.
I
Avatar,
saw one,
and I haven't seen fucking Dead fucking Snow.
I saw
which
one.
has
I saw one and a
legacy.
half.
Well, good, but you're aware it fucking exists.
I got
right?
paid to go see one. And
Everyone-
then I got,
Good. I wish you get paid for this fucking show.
Everyone
the fact that it
knows-
was it's a legacy thing.
Yeah, everyone.
right, Johnny.
Daniel Radcliffe is Harry Potter.
Rather fucking big. All right, Michael Keaton is still being associated
You love
with
Harry
that.
Potter, huh? You're fired up right now.
No, but you're a fucking idiot.
No, you're an idiot. At least I watched the movies for the show that we're on.
Go fuck yourself.
No, you go fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself.
Whatever.
This is real heat, folks, right
It
here.
is fucking real heat.
Let's just
Okay,
fucking
so-
Radcliffe to be typecast. Absolutely.
Right.
Because he played Harry Potter in what, 7, 8, 9 films? I don't even know how
Yeah,
many.
which is I think
was he not Harry Potter in this movie?
He was not.
Well, I
What
think-
I'm trying to say is that he fucking. I did not
this
think
changes
this.
everything.
Yeah.
What?
Although he had snakes, which was kind of fucking important.
That's like the I think that's the accomplishments of that series. I can't think of another character ever that somebody played from like preteen to adulthood.
Well, what the hell else was so successful as a franchise as that? You know, like nothing.
You
nothing
guys are
went there.
basically making Ravenshadow's argument.
Well, no, that's what
Yes.
I'm saying. That's I mean that's
don't
the
disagree with
sense
his
that I'm
argument.
agreeing with him, but I don't know. Like I'm not so hung up on like that he was this one thing that's what it's ever going to be for me.
But only because you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
but it's a
'cause-
big thing. It's like saying the girl from Twilight isn't that girl from Twilight. You know what I mean?
But I didn't know. I saw her in the Runaways movie, and I didn't even know it was her.
She was that girl from
and
the Safe
again,
House
because you
joint.
didn't see Twilight, but you know,
Well,
the deal.
I think I did see same deal. I think.
Oh,
so,
by the way, the guy in
Twilight.
Twilight was in Harry Potter.
You saw Twilight, Mars?
I think I did. Maybe I'm not sure.
Dude.
I saw was the first one the one where they had babies.
How dare you?
Was
How
the
dare you watch Twilight?
was the first one the one where they had babies?
I don't know, dude, because I didn't watch Twilight.
Yeah,
How dare you
that's
watch
the
Twilight?
that's the only one I saw.
How dare you?
I don't even remember why I watched it. I didn't see it in the theater. Oh, I know why I watched it.
On right now.
I know why I watched it because the guy that made Hard Candy and 30 Days a Night directed it, and I was like, that just can't be real life. So I watched it. I don't even know if I finished it, but I watched that one.
All right, we have to get through this review in like
Oh my
15
God.
minutes.
I love the tone of your voice when you were just explaining that. I don't care. You can watch Twilight, dude. You know,
You can watch it 10 times a day.
You jerk off to Jack Radcliffe occasionally,
That's-
and
it's true.
You watch Twilight. It's all good.
But I mean, again, where I'm saying the Ravenshadow is right is that it's impressive that he was able to do that for so long and make money. But
No doubt, no question, definitely.
and
he pulled it off. You know what I mean? He was able to get through that whole series. It's
yeah.
amazing.
I
Definitely.
just think it's like I don't know, like that's what they're going to talk about on Entertainment Tonight.
Didn't all the kids play the same characters? Weren't they all the same?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
So
they did.
it's not just him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, like I don't.
Whatever. We're talking about fucking Harry Potter. We're
Right.
seriously. We're
Yeah,
like
but
just
I
wasting
again,
time.
I don't think it has anything to do with this movie.
Of course it
No,
does.
it doesn't.
No,
But every movie that he does, we should say, just for validity's sake, every movie that he does is him cresting a hurdle
Yeah,
to get
to try to get
into,
past.
into legitimate cinema. Not that Harry Potter's not legitimate cinema, but he's trying to get out of that typecast. No question. No question.
Look
And
at
he's
someone
doing
like
a freaking great job of it.
Look at someone like Mark Hamill. He was fucking Luke Skywalker, and he only did it for 3 films. And
Right, 3 fucking movies. Adam West, what, 3 fucking
Yep.
seasons? And in
And-
1989, they were still associating him with The Dark Knight.
But Adam West was a shitty actor and couldn't get any more work except softcore porn.
Hamill had to reinvent himself as a voice actor.
Right.
And then when he
Right.
started doing voice, then he
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
didn't even know it was fucking him. Most people didn't know he was doing the Joker for forever. Yeah.
Right. Or the fucking
and
Win
he does
Commander
an
game.
awesome job.
And he's like the
the Trickster and Flash.
He's like the Danny Elfman of voice
kinda,
acting.
Kind of so, yeah.
So, all right, that's beside the point. So continue talking about the film.
Yeah,
I
so
still
the
don't
point-
agree.
Well,
RS.
no one's asking you. The point is that I didn't see him in this role, this amazing film that's on video on demand that will see a lot of relevant things happen. And
So it doesn't.
Yeah,
He's
no,
so
it doesn't.
condescending.
It fucking does. I am fucking condescending. All right. The point is, he was fucking brilliant. He was a nice fucking guy, and I think that might have been
nice guy.
that might have been Aja's contributions. Maybe the fact they worked together.
Was he bad in Harry Potter?
After all that.
No, he played the fucking kid. He was fine.
So
He was
wait, what
fine.
were you saying? He was a nice guy. Wait, say that again.
He was a nice guy, misunderstood. But I think the townspeople were in on something that maybe we weren't. I think, and also in the book, to my knowledge, he was more of a prick than he was.
Yeah,
He
I'd heard
came
that
off-
too.
He came off like pretty likable. Like aside from that one thing at night
in this movie.
in
yeah,
the movie.
Okay, yeah.
Aside from that one kind of rant he did, which maybe was justified, I don't think him getting the horns that way necessarily, if that was the reason why. You know what I'm trying to say? Like if
that one whatever.
running amok, the whole like
That one
smashing
thing
the
that he
things,
did. Yeah. Okay. All
If
right.
if that was the reason in the film why he got the horns, I'm not sure if that warrants it.
No.
I think maybe. I think maybe it was in him to think that.
Well,
he
wasn't there
deserved
an implication that he was self-destructive, right? Like
something like that.
Well, yeah, I think that was just sort of in film terms. I don't know how they did it in the book, but like sort of this is them showing him sort of like going against God, so to speak, or something.
Right,
like
sure.
So I think that's sort of
And
what
he goes on a bit of a diatribe about that, about how
Right.
how Marin did this, that, and the other thing, and still got what she got. So.
Exactly.
I think that in writing terms too, I think that it's funny because this is a book too that I didn't read, but if I hadn't seen that new Fincher movie, I would have felt like there wasn't like making him a dick would have been too much baggage to write themselves out of at the end.
Yeah, maybe so.
But really, like
I wouldn't have done it if I were writing this movie. I would have done this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have made him a dick.
Actually, you know what? I take it back because I don't feel like the Affleck character in the Fincher movie was actually redeemed.
Was he the bomb in Gone Girl?
It was. I think he's a great actor. He'll always be the guy in Phantoms, though.
That's right. He was the bomb in that as well.
Yeah.
Anything else we're in chat about this?
I enjoyed it.
Okay. Tiny.
Yeah, so I had ups and downs with this movie. In retrospect, I think I like it a little less well than I did while I was actually watching it. I feel like I'm missing something with the symbolism and the transformation and stuff. I kind of got it, like I was on board for the whole thing, but I don't know, like I'm just not sure where I stand with this exactly. Like the horns thing, and like it was kind of cute for a minute. No, like it was kind of like the thing with the doctor. I don't know. Sometimes they just took it like a little.
I mean, yeah, the sexy dicks were cute for a minute.
Exactly. Like sometimes it just went a bit far. Like it wasn't. I don't know. It didn't venture enough into the funny side of things to warrant the scenes like with the doctor and the assistant and stuff like that. Like it just felt kind of corny to me in the context of everything else that was going on. That can work. That can totally work, and we saw it like we kind of talked about it in Dead Snow a little bit, where you can create this context that's horrific and still have comedy that works. You know what I mean? But there were a few things in this to me that felt a little off kilter. You know what I mean? That kind of sidetracked the movie a little bit. Like the movie had pretty good pacing, and it had a fairly what I loved about this movie is that it was a mystery. Like I love mysteries. I never see fucking mysteries.
Yeah.
I never see mystery movies anymore. Just a straight up fucking mystery, like whodunit, you know?
But that was half baked too.
It was a
because
little
there wasn't like clues, right?
Yeah. No. There were a couple very substantial clues, and then they went out of their way to sort of get you to ignore those clues that they already shoved down your throat. I don't know. It was good. I do feel like I'm just missing something. The cross thing, him, the other guy wearing the cross, him wearing the cross, the transformation at the end, and the whole like full transformation. I feel like I need to go read like a making of this movie, or maybe I need to go read the book before I really get on board with this. There were scenes that I thought were great. I thought all of the scenes when there were kids were really good, super good. In fact, I thought all of those scenes were, in general, better than Van Helsing. No, better than the scenes where they were adults. You know what I mean? For the most part, that's where this movie shone for me. Was in the setup and not necessarily the exposition afterwards. But I don't know. What's the dude's name? What was the father's name in this? What's that actor's name? I'll get it here real quick. Hang on.
The guy from the Warriors?
David Morse. Right?
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask whose father, but her father.
David
yeah,
Morse.
He was fucking great. He
rocked it in this. He freaking
he's the
stole
second best
show.
part of the movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. He stole the freaking show. Very believable. Just that one scene where he confronts him on the porch.
Yeah.
The fact that was I don't want to say much about it, but let's just say that was a very, very well acted scene. Like a really amazing dynamic scene,
Mm-hmm.
And there are a few highlights in this movie that make this movie worth watching. That's one of them. Some of the other stuff with the pitchfork and the snakes and stuff like that, like I just thought it was too much, just too fucking much.
It was almost like a superhero's costume. Like I've seen drawings of those, like that character that looked awesome.
Yeah.
But like to see it like happening was just like.
Here's what I would have done. Okay, pick one snake, and just put the fucking snake on Daniel Radcliffe. Just have a snake that's gonna chill. Get a boa constrictor or something. I would have been okay with it. And don't give him a fucking pitchfork because come on, that's why. Because come on. But I don't know. All in all, I had a fun time watching the movie. I like a mystery. I thought it played out in a fairly interesting way. It wasn't a mystery like by one of our favorites. It wasn't like a Coen Brothers movie or something,
No.
But it was still fun. You know what I mean? And again, I liked the scenes with the kids. I thought the cinematography throughout the entire movie was pretty breathtaking. Some of it was amazing. The lumber area, especially when they were kids, was really nice looking. Really, really pretty awesome looking. His like cart ride down the logging chute or whatever, that was a pretty epic scene. That was pretty awesome, memorable.
Yeah, good.
Just really cool. So I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I had my ups and downs with it. I feel like it was like 80% there, and 20% was just either misdirected or just wasn't there at all.
I enjoyed this film, and I think it was well written. Obviously, it sounds like I have not read the book either, but it sounds like it had good source material to begin with. So, I mean, that right there is huge. But you can fuck up a novel, right? I mean, we've seen it done.
It seems to go with the name.
You're right, exactly. Yeah, we've seen a lot of Stephen King novels or novellas are great, and then when they transfer to the big screen, are just terrible unless they're done by Frank Darabont or who's the other guy that made good Stephen King movies?
Frank Darabont.
I can't
No, you
remember.
mean the guy that did the Stand and stuff?
Stanley Kubrick?
No, fuck that movie. I can't say his name. He produced Masters of Horror. Is that who you mean? Yeah, McGarris.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking him, but it's all right. But I really think that the way sort of the nonlinear storytelling I think worked really effectively in this, and because you're thrust into the story and you don't know what's going on. First of all, you're like, okay, well, fuck, like this girl's dead,
right?
So you almost think the story's going to take off from that point, Yeah. And while it does, you get tons of flashbacks that I just didn't expect. Mm-hmm. And they really add a lot of depth to the story, and
they do. Yeah.
It definitely reminded me, and this may be abstract to say, but it reminded me a little bit of Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Because just, I don't know, like the connection with these kids, and I think that had a lot to do with it.
When the scene in this movie where they flash back to the pie eating contest.
Shut up. And everyone starts puking.
Yeah, totally.
The dead body.
Lard ass.
That was like straight out.
But I think, I don't know, there was something about that just sort of the soul of the movie, I guess, reminded me of it a little bit.
Yep.
But I don't know, I was very curious about Iggs, his plight, about what, like, because clearly you think that he's not guilty, but then there's a sort of like shadow of like, maybe he is, maybe he did something he didn't know, or, whatever. So I think they did a nice job. And while you guys did mention that you were able to pick up pretty quickly who it might have been, I thought that was just a red herring at first, and but later on it makes a lot of sense. But there's some stuff I thought was really cool, like this almost like apes a little bit from Preacher, right?
I didn't say it.
Yeah.
But no, I think Joe Hill read his dad's Preacher books a little bit.
Well, and it's not to say that that's the first time that's happened, but
exactly,
but that's in our parlance. That's one thing.
That's a mythological, like, established thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's near and dear to our hearts. So that's, of course, for me, anyways. That's the first thing I think.
I thought of the word.
Yeah, the word. So. But I thought that was really well done, and at first you didn't really get an idea of like oh, well, what's going on here. But then, I mean, I think after the second or third time, you're like, okay, well, clearly we know what's going on here. But
yeah.
But I thought that was pretty cool, and Lee was that the guy who's gonna represent him, the lawyer. I think it was Lee.
I think that's right.
But when he had the cross on him and he didn't notice the horns, like I kind of wish they explored that a little bit more, and it's probably something from the book that they just didn't explore enough. But I thought that was kind of cool, where some people could see him, some people couldn't. So, or I just thought that was interesting, and how people were compelled to tell the truth, and he could sort of influence them to do.
Yeah, not only the truth, but to confess, really, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is interesting. It's kind of, I don't know, it seems almost, the thing that felt a little weird is, those sorts of confessions generally aren't made to the devil. You know what I mean? They're generally made in a religious context.
True.
So but I wonder if that sub-transformation that we talked about had something to do with that.
It's possible. Yeah, it's possible.
Especially with the heavy-handed conversation about all devils were angels to start with and stuff like that.
And fallen angels, yeah.
The more we talk about this movie, the less I like it. It's weird. I don't know that that's happened before on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the big thing for me, though, is I thought it was really effective how they're able to weave the story in and out of these flashbacks, because that can get... You can screw that up very easily and lose the narrative and
lose the pacing, especially.
Yeah,
and they did a little bit.
And the pacing. Yeah, the first one I thought was a little long. Was that the one where he goes in the cart, maybe? There was one that I thought was a little bit too long that could have used some editing, but... otherwise, I think they did a fairly masterful job of weaving these in and out, and still having a very coherent narrative go throughout.
One thing about flashbacks, in my opinion, if you're going to flashback, you need to flashback to a scene. You can't flashback to a time, really, and then play out multiple scenes at that time. And they were guilty of that in this movie, where they had the diner scene, and then him waking up and stuff like that. I don't think that you should do that. And that's just me. And it's a pacing thing. You know what I mean? Like, you go back and then you come back and you go back to tell a piece of the story, and then you come back to the present to continue in expound on why that flashback was relevant at that time.
I feel like, I don't know, again, none of this might have been in the book, but I feel like it was almost detrimental to his credibility as a writer if it wasn't the book, because all this stuff, like... seemed like a Stephen King cover band to me.
Little bit.
You know, like The Thing, not The Thing. It.
Yeah.
The alienating of Christine, it just, I don't know.
You've read enough of his stuff, Dynamo. Do you think he apes a lot from his dad, or is
I've never read any of this fella's stuff.
I thought you read his comic book work.
Oh, I have read. I don't know. I'm gonna get in trouble with this SL. Lock and Key is really, really good, but I ended up getting Y, The Last Man, instead. Like it was just like a choice of what I was going to collect first. I still plan. I liked it enough that I still plan on going back and getting it. But much like his work as an author, until he came out with Nosferatu, I think it's called, there wasn't anything that made me want to make him jump in the pile that was going to make him jump an F. Paul Wilson book every single year.
You didn't want to jump in the leaves with him?
I didn't want to jump in the leaves with him. I do like, what's the other, Lock and Key, Ravenshadow, what's his other comic? He came out with one that I didn't know was him, I think.
Wow, shit, this guy looks a lot like his dad.
Yeah,
he looks
it's fucking
crazy.
crazy, yeah.
I don't know how you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me see his bibliography.
What's his name from Phantom Planet would play him? Wow.
For comics, he's done Lock and Key, Kodiak, The Cape, Thumbprint, and Wraith, Welcome to Christmas Land.
Yeah, I have Wraith, but I didn't get it because that is from a book, I think.
Wraith.
It's a miniseries illustrated by C.P. Wilson III.
Oh, The Cape? He did that?
No, not the TV show.
No. They came out at the same time, though. And it was like, that seemed to be bad timing. But I remember the comic.
Yep.
I'd have to see it. It looked the same. It was part of a Boom Studios bundle that the comic thing that Wolfie and I sent me. And I thought it was fucking phenomenal. That's it. I thought it was so phenomenal. I can't remember what it's called.
He hasn't written a ton of books. He has really 1, 2, 3 novels, and then he has a collection called 20th Century Ghosts,
which is supposed to be fucking phenomenal.
And Nosferatu, the weird NOS4A2 thing.
Which I read a synopsis of that, and it really made me want to jump the reel and start to get into his stuff.
Yep.
I was talking about this with him with excitable boy over there in the corner. When you listen to him talk about music and stuff like that, it's a huge reason why I've never jumped into his books, because he's always talking about music that I hate. He even has a book called, I don't know what it's about, but one can only assume that, that he has a book called Heart-Shaped Box. Well, I don't think it's about Nirvana. Like, the reference can't be lost. And then when this movie was took place, like, he obviously has a hard-on for that particular era, and it's probably just when he grew up. And I just, like, that is the ugliest, worst era for me ever. So it's just not sexy to me. So it's why I stay away. But Lock and Key looks beautiful. And the hardcover I have milling around the house because SL made me get it. He's looking for some friends, but I just haven't had the chance to get it yet.
So that's... I don't really have too much more to say about it. I enjoyed it, and I thought they did a really nice job of weaving the narrative. It could have been potentially a little bit tighter with some of the editing, but not enough to really make me deduct points if we were scoring this, so to speak. So let's go ahead. Let's do the verdict on this one, and then we can finish up with some feedback.
Feedback.
There we go.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, Dynamo, why don't you go ahead and give your verdict?
This movie is half-baked, where I would say that nothing is developed right. I just don't know. I wish I read the book, because I just don't know if some of it is that they made very good choices on the characters and maybe not very good choices on the exposition of what they didn't have in the world around them, because I feel like a lot of stuff was just like left on the floor. Not as much as Monsterzero, because I feel like he didn't even watch the same movie as me. But that said, I'm going to say this is a treat because it was like I enjoyed watching it. If I was going to give it a number rating on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say maybe a 6 or a C+.
So it's just over the halfway mark for you.
Yeah, it's more than a tepid treat though, because I did
Yeah.
laugh and I was fascinated, but not very much held up to scrutiny. I'll tell you, I think the biggest villain in this movie is the last 10 minutes.
One thing I did want to mention this earlier and I forgot, but there's a what is it with like guys being like super rapey? Like, is that, I don't know, like are guys like that in real life? I mean,
what do you mean?
I think some are, sure, it's rampant, but I think it makes for I think it makes for a compelling turning point for a movie. Definitely,
it's easy writing villain wise.
It's almost too easy though. You know, like it's almost like well, let's go for rape. And,
you know, the thing is with this.
I thought you asked Wolfie if he wanted to go in the woods.
Again, this maybe that was a misstep, right? There were some things that just didn't feel right.
I just didn't think it needed it.
No, that actually happened, and it wasn't just like a crime of passion and a murder.
Right.
Was maybe a little off-putting. You know what I mean? It was just otherwise a very sweet movie. You know what I mean? In spite of how kind of hard-edged it was.
I'm curious if that was in the book, or if they just if they just added
but that's
that.
okay. You just don't have to do that if you don't want to. You know what I mean? That's what's so great about making something new. You know what I mean? Yep. From something else or creating a new thing, is you can make those decisions about what you want it to be, and they decided to make him nicer in this. They decided to make him a more likable character in the movie than he is in the book. It sounds like. Well, maybe that other thing didn't have to happen, even though it did in the book, because you're making this movie instead of making that book.
Yeah.
For me, I think it was a bit much, especially because of how they set that other character up. It was just a bit much. That's all. You know, I think getting killed is pretty bad. That's a pretty shitty thing to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and maybe that's enough.
Yeah, I think it could have done without that. And the was one of the points I was going to make. I lost my train of thought, but let's continue with the verdict, and maybe I'll think of it.
It was necrophiliac rapey too, right?
No,
it wasn't. Ravenshadow?
Yeah, I mean, once again, I didn't read the book. I just know what Wife in Shadow said, and I kind of want to, but seeing it as it is what it is, I enjoyed it. It wasn't perfect, but I like the movie. I definitely have questions. I think there are definitely things that were glossed over, and it's not a perfect film, but overall, it's worth checking out. It's fine. Treat.
So, okay. That's what I was
I
wondering.
think I gave my lock and key to Tiny.
Maybe?
I think I gave it to somebody for a gift.
I don't think so. Maybe though. What if Guillermo del Toro did this instead?
I still don't care. I think it's a matter of that there was more story here than there was movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I can picture him pulling this off. It could have been moody and weird in the same way.
I think
but just a lot slicker. It just wasn't slick. This movie wasn't slick.
I think
it wasn't slick.
I think if it was Guillermo, he would have gone down that rabbit hole of sort of the more weird stuff and
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it almost wasn't weird enough. Like
Ron Perlman,
somebody's there with horns, and it's just like, yeah, I kind of see your horns, but I kind of don't see your horns. You know,
right.
I'm not sure. Maybe it just wasn't. It felt a little amateur to me. I guess is the best way to put it. It felt like it felt a little off. It felt a little amateur.
But how much was there before? You know what I mean? Like, I guess we don't know.
Yeah. But some scenes were pulled off beautifully. Other scenes, I think, kind of flopped. Where they tried to be funny, I think it kind of flopped. I think they should have just made this a good old-fashioned, like, bugged-out mystery, and it would have been really nice, really good.
So, Tiny, I'm sorry, did you give...
I'm still going to say treat. I think it's worth watching.
Okay, cool. And I'm also going to say treat, so that makes it unanimous. It wasn't overwhelming. I wouldn't say this may not be in top 10 lists at the end of the year. Or top 13 lists.
I was hoping.
Yeah. I had high hopes for this one.
I'm glad I watched it first.
Yeah. But I did like it though, and I think they did a pretty successful job of weaving the narrative through a lot of content, through flashbacks and nonlinear storytelling, and I think that's not easy to do, and I think they did a pretty good job, and I think Alexandre Aja did a nice job of directing this. It doesn't necessarily look like one of his films, and I think that's actually, in this case, I think a good thing, but I do think that in the hands of another director, like you mentioned Guillermo del Toro, I don't think he would do this movie.
No.
But if he had, I think he would have explored a lot of the some of the themes and subjects that I wanted to know a little bit more about. But I think it was interesting, and I really like when plot devices make you think. So the whole thing about with the horns and people basically confessing, it's a really interesting thing to me, and I thought that was really effective in this film and made for some really good cinema, like some good laughs, some crazy scenes. But I think at the end, I really think this was a sweet story for me, anyways. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but despite the way she went about it, perhaps maybe we have some issues with that. Some people might, but like you can't really, like talk about how someone comes to the way that they're thinking. So she had this thing in mind, and she went with it, and it was a bizarre way of going about it, perhaps, but she thought it was the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
And
I think my metaphor would have been better performed to you guys if I said it's like quitting drugs cold turkey.
Yeah. Okay. But I think at the end of the day, this was a really sweet story, and it's a story about these two lovers who, soulmates, I guess, if you will. And, I think it was a pretty sweet story, and I think they did a really good job of putting it together and had some good scenes, some memorable scenes, and some funny moments. So, definitely a treat for me. So that's going to wrap it up. It's unanimous. I don't know if we've done 2 films and had unanimous treats. We'll have to check the archives.
I can't believe that Ravenshadow won't like.
Oh yeah. When you get a chance to see it, I think you're gonna think it's a treat.
Yeah, I do want to see it.
I agree. Yep.
So you'll have to, when you do get a chance to see it, let us know.
I'll leave a voicemail.
Leave a voicemail. That's right. Yeah. Speaking of voicemail, so that's going to do it for the review. We have to get to feedback really quickly, and then we can end the episode.
I don't even know what time it is. Oh wow.
We're pretty much at our limit right now. We started a little late,
a little fast. Yeah.
But I missed a voicemail last week, and I apologize for that. We were just running late with everything that was going on, and I missed one. So let me go ahead and play that one first, and then we'll play the others that we have. So this is from the Chain Gang.
Are some of those old?
Yo, what's up, my noogies? Over there at the Michael Ravenshadow Palace, a.k.a. Trick or Treat Radio, because he's taking over.
What?
Nah. That was a joke without a punchline, because I give the punchline first. I did it Jeopardy style.
Even the inmates are
with my memory out. I'm trying to keep it low-key. One thing that Uncle Paulie told me was not to mention Eminem on this message, which I just did, so looks like I did you well, Paulie, there. The October overload has started. The movies are flowing. The leaves are a-blowing. This is what Halloween's all about. It's right now I'm broadcasting from the Blarney Stone.
He loves it there.
A.K.a.
like
the place where Michael Ravenshadow drowns his sorrows in Rolling Rock pictures that are just flowing like the Hot Pocket smoke. We are going. This is almost like listening to the Bobby Chaynz opera. There might have been some other chemicals involved, but, don't worry. We're not going to get Ebola. So,
jeez, you guys.
Last thing I wanted to say is a joke that I said on the last recording that actually went over really well, but we had to re-record this because apparently Paulie thought that I had a little bit of a speech impediment on the last one. So my tongue was getting a little heavy. Not as heavy as Dynamo Mars.
Nice.
Underwear in a Marshall's changing room, but heavy nonetheless.
That was Old Navy.
So, remember, children, wherever you go, Bobby Chaynz is right behind you, folks.
What the fuck?
Later, guys.
Woo. I'm a little scared about that.
Oh,
that was a werewolf. It was a werewolf.
Thanks for clarifying, Bobby Chaynz.
Well,
werewolves.
Yeah, it's gonna be real interesting at fucking Rock and Show.
Oh boy! All right, this last week I talked about maybe there'd be some spin-off Trick or Treat Radio podcast shows.
Nice, I'm excited.
Well, apparently we have. Here's the first one, the first Trick or Treat Radio spin-off. Here's a promo for it.
Oh no!
He's been on the show and off the wagon. Put a beer in his hand and he'll drink you under the table. Put a phone in his hand afterwards and he'll raise the roof with laughter. Coming soon as part of the Trick or Treat Radio spin-off showcase, it's Drunk Dialing with Bobby Chaynz.
Chain Gang is ready to gangbang.
It's the ultimate in improv comedy as Bobby gets 3 sheets to the wind and randomly hits numbers on his cell phone. He has no idea what he's going to say and no idea who he's going to say it to. Here's a clip from the pilot podcast where Bobby pounds a 6-pack of Yingling and calls the Grafton Police Department.
Oh, no.
Detective John Kimball.
Oh, my lord. Sorry, I meant oh, my George. That's a spinoff.
Who are you?
We need you to put your pencils to the paper and write something down.
What?
You write, I am a microwave. All right?
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
All right?
Could I speak to the drug dealer of the house, please?
No.
Give me your address.
It's located in my house.
Let me talk to your mother.
We got crabs singing.
One of us is in deep trouble.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm a cop, you idiot. Stop being such a pussy.
No. Because the Chain Gang is here and not going anywhere soon. Nah.
Fuck you.
Catch the hilarity of Drunk Dialing with Bobby Chaynz. All part of the Trick or Treat Radio spin-off showcase. Word to Snurb.
Man, that's going to be my fucking favorite show. Drunk Down with Bobby Chaynz. Fucking amazing. All right, and the final voicemail we have says it's just from Joe Bob Brigsaw. I don't know if that's really Joe Bob Briggs, but let's see.
Hello, Monsterzero.
Oh, he's not here.
So far in what could loosely be called your life, you've considered it a pastime to watch movies with filth and trash.
Mm-hmm.
Babies being raped in a Serbian film. Or innocent animals being slaughtered in Cannibal Holocaust. But I ask you today, are you prepared for a weekly dose of that?
Whoa.
In Trash to Piece Theater, I've kidnapped one of your faithful listeners, and I will be forcing him to watch one of these films every week and deliver a segment on your show. So I ask you, do you feel lucky?
Ooh.
After one segment, I may give him certain privileges, but it will be the listeners of Trick or Treat Radio that decide his fate and yours. Live or die. Make his choice.
Should just go real up in here.
That's a weird joke.
Yeah. What? Should we explain the joke in true Monsterzero fashion? We don't fucking care.
That's it?
Die.
Can you put Bobby Chaynz back on?
Who is Joe Bob Brigsaw?
Wait, so who's getting kidnapped?
Monsterzero, I think.
One
maybe?
of our listeners is getting kidnapped?
Yeah, they said listeners.
Oh.
Which one?
He's gonna be a listener now.
It's going to reduce our listenership by like nearly 50%.
I think MZ is going to be a listener now because I don't think his lady's going to let him come back on the show.
Man, that pisses me off. That makes me so mad.
Yeah, you fired up.
What, that he made the MSN homepage?
Yeah, no, that I'm proud of.
I did
thought
take that down.
I thought he'd never get ahead.
Oh, tiny.
Should I leave it up?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm disappointed in myself that I took it down.
She doesn't know me well enough to yell at me.
Well, here's
I could probably leave it up.
Is she in the fib?
Who knows? Probably not.
Let's bounce her. Let's
bounce her. Block.
It'll be for the first person besides a spammer that we've expelled from the fib.
I have a lot of female and male friends that aren't into it, but they don't listen, right? Like
aren't into what?
Like aren't into what we do, but they don't
Yeah,
listen.
sure.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
I don't think she listens.
Right, but I mean, like, so to try to control content like that when somebody is getting over is like just.
She's probably got a Google auto alert that just does a search for Monsterzero nude, and if something like that pops to her alarm, she reacts.
I bet you that doesn't ding a lot.
Meanwhile, I maybe this is too much of a shoot, but I don't know if I just the two of them, him and his girl, sent me fucking like pretty much naked pictures of MZ one time, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? Why would you send this to me?
All right, give me that. That's
and they thought it was
MSN
funny.
Right now. Send me that. That's gonna make it to MSN homepage right now. And it's
No,
going up on the
I don't have it. This is years ago.
You were fired up about that.
I was really fired up about that. I don't want pictures of his ass.
No. Yeah, I don't want to see anybody I know. I don't want to see that ding dong, their butt, or anything else.
That was funny.
Pubes,
Don't come in
nothing.
studio then, Tiny.
Yeah.
I want to see some people's wives ding dongs, but
yeah,
wives ding dongs. What?
But I don't necessarily want to see.
Who's
any of
married to that hermaphrodite?
I'll tell you off air.
Transformer.
Cerebus.
It was actually, remember that scene from Horns with the guy in the bar was like, I want to show him on my ding dong. Took his pants down.
I like this. I want to do this all the time.
Yeah.
See, that was all right. That was okay. But some other stuff just wasn't.
Which of the Trick or Treat Radio cast members would do that? MZ probably.
Yeah. Those did it tonight.
I used to show my ding dong all the time. It was like my finishing move.
Does Bullet listen to the show? Does Peen listen to the show?
I don't know, actually.
His freaking ding dong was out all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Ask Tommy
All the
Rock
time.
about that. That poor guy saw my ding dong a lot.
All right, let's trick or tweet moment.
Nice.
So let's breeze through this real quick. Our boy Victor Infante, who is a fucking
love him.
phenomenal writer, has been, like repping the Deadites hard for a while. Like, he doesn't need to, but he does, and we really appreciate that. Anyways, he tweeted out, and this is a couple days ago. He said, "Tonight's battle song, Underground Sky by the Deadites."
Nice.
So that was pretty awesome of him. Chris Denmead from Radio of Horror tweeted out, watching VHS Viral. It's fucked up. And he tagged us in it because I think he knows we're reviewing it soon. So we'll be reviewing that in 2 weeks. And then he also said, the ABCs of Death 2, X's for Xylophone is the most fucked up, disturbing thing. So apparently he thought that was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, that one definitely stayed with me.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by who was behind it, but
Right.
Yeah.
stuck to my ribs, no pun intended.
And this
What the fuck?
Oh, this is from Pantaphobe. I didn't even click on the link, but she said this is a song for Tiny. So let me just play it first, and if I need to say the name of it, I will. But did you guys see the first line?
No.
Jumping in the leaves.
That's awesome.
Play it
my
again.
joint.
Play it from the beginning. Jeez.
That's what it's all about right there.
I see a video coming up.
That's right. So thank you, Pantaphobe. That was pretty fucking
definitely.
good. And then we also, there's a little tweeting back and forth, and Dynamo has been in touch with a future guest. Maybe we shouldn't mention his name.
No, you want to know what's fucking funny about it? I'll show you. He said guest just messaged me right this very second.
Mm-hmm.
That's very strange.
So both Dynamo and I were talking to a future guest, but Dynamo sealed the deal. And is it official?
Yeah, I put it in his calendar. So I mean,
Do you want to break
no,
the news?
I don't.
Okay.
I might not be on the show anymore because apparently I'm dying.
Okay. Well, we'll wait, but it looks like we're going to have a guest in November. So
at least one. I'd like to fucking fill it up.
Yep. At least one. So we'll hold off. Next week, we may have a guest joining us. We'll have to verify. But I think we might have a guest joining us next week. And then the week after, we have Andrea Willanen joining us in studio.
Nice.
And
I got to hit her up to track down the Penta movie. I want to freaking see that movie. I can't seem to track it
I think we're going to see her this weekend.
Yeah, we'll see her this weekend. I
I'm
don't know.
sure
if,
we will.
I don't
Yeah.
know if it's available. I don't know if it's done.
Well, it was running the local circuit up here for a little bit, right
Oh,
up
it
in the
was?
Northeast. Yeah, I only knew that because she's a shitty marketer. I only knew that because I did a search for it today to see where I could find it and discovered that it was actually running. I think it was actually streaming for a little bit through some Northeast like film society.
I'm surprised that it's not playing a Rock and Shock then or something.
I wonder if it is.
I think that they. I'm
I didn't
not.
see
I'm
it
not
on the list.
complaining, but I think they went the real. And it's a testament to what we talked about when Josh was on.
Yeah.
I think they went a very pay-to-play route this year because it's all Scream Factory and Anchor Bay releases.
Oh, really? That's
that are playing as
interesting.
part of it.
Okay.
And what now? Here's where I'm a big hypocrite. I'm more excited about what's playing this year than I've ever been.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, okay.
3 films that I would really love to see. One of them is Wolf Cop, playing on Friday
Yeah.
night, which
Sounds
I'm
awesome. Yep.
fucking super excited to see that. And that's not coming out till 2015. It's not. It
Yeah.
just got a release in Europe, I believe, but it's not coming out domestically here until like 2015. So, yeah. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a copy of it if we don't get a chance to see it. But hopefully, we'll get a chance to see it this weekend. And then the Cabal cut of Nightbreed. And also Dead Snow 2 is playing, which I
Wait,
wouldn't-
is the Cabal cut of Nightbreed showing at Rock and Shock? Did you
Hell
say?
yeah, man.
Yeah, we had that conversation. Had you?
I missed that.
Was that
I
on
tuned
air or
out.
off air?
I think it was on air.
Sometimes I tune out. I'm looking at an air umbrella right now.
It's because Tiny wasn't going to have dinner with us anyway, so he's like, I don't care if it happens or not.
I probably would. What day are we talking about?
Saturday.
What day were we talking about? Saturday night?
It's Saturday at, I want to say 9?
Yeah.
I guess we could go to dinner after.
Yeah,
Cabal.
so we'll see. I mean...
Nobody's got back to me and said, we're going, so.
Yeah.
Ravenshadow. Nobody else.
We'll just freaking grab some people like we did last time. It'll happen.
Yeah, I just did a quick search. I don't see Penta on the Film Fest for this weekend, so...
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to hit her up though and get some more info on that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Shake her
I mean,
down.
it's right in the wheelhouse of this show.
Yeah.
Definitely, we haven't put it over yet. I just don't know enough about it.
And it looks like we're going to get a copy of the guest that we were talking about. It looks like we might get a copy of
Nice.
his most recent film soon.
Good. I know that we are excited she's excited to come on the show and talk about it, so.
Yeah. Yep.
Ravenshadow, before we end up here, there's something that you wanted to bring up?
Please
Papa,
make him mad again so his accent gets really extreme. That's why I do it.
Papa Ravenshadow?
Oh.
Is doing something?
Papa Ravenshadow?
Yeah, no, he's branching out. There's an event coming up in November. Papa Ravenshadow, he works with the Vietnam vets.
Oh, nice.
Which is fun. And there's gonna be
fun.
It's fun. It's fun.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but
Yeah,
it's
no, it did a lot of hiking over there in the woods. But no, at Halligan's Lounge, 889 South Street in Auburn, there's going to be a comedy show. It's going to be Brad, I can't say this, Master Angelo. He was on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, a bunch of other Boston guys, Nick Alabensi and Maya Mannion. It's going to be stand-up, raffles, appetizers, see bikers and comedians. That's fun. And maybe you can get a photo op with me and Papa Ravenshadow.
Oh, you're going to be there?
We're going to be there, yeah.
What's the date again?
It is November 8th.
Yep, Saturday.
Yep. So
it's a week after the Deadite show.
Yep. And that following week, when you've rocked out with your cock out, $20 for a comedy show.
Here's what I'm going to do right now, just because you think I don't like you.
Yeah.
I was booking a show in Worcester on that Saturday afternoon, too.
Ooh.
I'm not doing it right now.
Really?
Yep. I was hosting it and everything.
You should come.
I will. But I see that? I was going to run against you, but now I'm not.
Nice.
I would have got crushed probably, but.
Doors open at 7, show at 8. And yeah, it'd be fun. and hang out with me, Papa Ravenshadow, and Dynamo now.
It's Papa Raven. He's got this newfound fame now.
I know, yeah.
Right.
I like bikers too.
He's fucking real though. So thank you, John.
Sure. I think
if I know you're not capable, so if somebody could send me a link, I'm sure there's some sort of web presence for it. I'll make sure to spread the word.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. So, just want to make sure we got that in there. That's it. I'm hopefully I didn't miss anything. I know I missed a voicemail last week, but I think we get everything in. So
fucking voicemail. We're missing my voice. What are we gonna do?
Cancel the show.
Well, I mean, you don't need me. You got even more. Like Oracle will just have to come back to work.
That's right. She'll have to
She will.
tough it
Yeah.
out.
The baby's gonna have to sing lead, and she's gonna do backup.
That's a show.
All right, I think that's going to do it. We have our Halloween show is going to happen this year. We're getting plans ready for that. So anyone out there, if you want to submit a top list, whether it's whatever you want, top 3, top 5, top 10, top 13, just don't go too much higher.
I talked to one of our all-time faves today about doing a list.
Yeah,
not somebody who we talked about. Somebody different.
Okay, cool. I confirmed one of our former guests to do a list. And so it'll be fun. But if anyone out there, any of our listeners wants to do a list, anything Halloween, horror related.
Does it sound like Miss Mavis Mohan? Did we get the same guest twice?
No.
Okay.
It rhymes with Urquhart.
Oh, nice. We're bad at this.
So if anyone out there wants to submit something for the Halloween show, we'd love to hear your lists. Voicemail would be preferred for that, but if not, we will definitely read an email. Podcast@trickortreatradio.com. Send us a voice memo. Send us an email, or if you want to leave us a voicemail, go to trickortreatradio.com. Click on the contact and voicemail link from there, and leave us something, because it'd be a lot of fun. The Halloween show is more laid back, and this year we got some good stuff coming up, I think. Hopefully we'll have it all set in stone by next week, and we can tell you the format of the show, but we're working on some pretty cool stuff, so that should be fun.
We only have one movie, so I will have some big announcements about the Halloween extravaganza next week.
Yep.
More costume judges. And
cool. And we're going to
hosts, I hope.
be... Awesome. And we're going to be at Rock and Shock this upcoming weekend, so it'll be 17th, 18th, and 19th of October at the Worcester Centrum, or DCU Center. I still call it the Centrum. Still a Centrum to me, man. And we're going to be there. The Deadites have a booth. We'll be manning the booth all weekend. Come hang out with us. Come buy our shit. Come get pictures with us.
Please come buy our shit.
Yeah. More than ever, we could use some cash. So come hang out with us. It would be a blast. And then November 1st, come see us at the Lucky Dog. We'll talk more about that next week and have some more information for you. And also, lastly, Dynamo and I are going to be on the Radio of Horror this Sunday night, the 19th. We'll be joining Dr. Chris, I think is his name, or I don't know what he calls himself on the air, but we'll be joining the Radio of Horror to hang out, talk about horror, talk about Trick or Treat Radio, talk about the Deadites, talk about all sorts of stuff. So if you're in the Worcester area, anywhere close, WCUW 91.3, tune in at midnight on Sunday evening. You get fucked by the devil.
Yep. And the Wednesday before the Halloween extravaganza, I don't know too much about it other than the fact that me and Johnny Wolfenstein are going to be on our sister show with our best buds in the audio world, Mr. Chris and Bill by Force on Outside the Cinema.
Nice. That's right. So we will be on Outside the Cinema as well. Lots of stuff coming up for Trick or Treat Radio and the Deadites. So, and also Dynamo just a little while ago, number 16 of the Countdown to Halloween dropped.
Yep.
So that's been pretty cool. We've been getting some good feedback about that. So hopefully people are tuning in and enjoying it.
I can't imagine why I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, exactly, because you're doing one of those a day. Number 16 was Brian Keene's The Rising.
That's so I was wrong.
That just launched. So, all right, I think that's everything out of the way.
I talk about Tiny in that.
Stupid.
That's
baby.
right.
Yeah, I know.
That's
see,
right. Yeah,
didn't see. I talked about you.
All right, Dynamo, let's end this thing so you can save your voice a little bit.
Remember, children, wherever you go, there you are.
Thank you for tuning in to episode 116 of Trick or Treat Radio, everyone. We will see you next week, and we'll see you at Rock and Shock.
Woohoo!
See ya!